Ladies and gentlemen, Mega Man 4, the one I know the least about. I'm in a much better mood today. I mean, don't mistake me, Mega Man 2 is legit, and Mega Man 3 was surprisingly awesome. And we got some great Mega Man stuff showing up, and there's going to be some great stuff, and that's cool and awesome, but the real reason I'm in such a great mood is because I think we may have fixed the stupid flooding problem in my living room. No. So, it's... For those unaware, I've been having flooding issues, where liquid has been seemingly coming up through the carpet and soaking the carpet, which is bad on basically every level. It's made it hard to sleep, it's made it giving problems long term, like there's just all sorts of issues with it, right? So he came by right as I was sitting down to record. Here, hang on, let me actually, I can't get rid of this sound. I know what I'll do. I'll do this. There's no sound here. There we go. So, just to tell you this super quick, I get in there and I'm like, okay. And he comes over and he's like, hey, so turns out they went under the crawl space and found nothing. Now that freaked me out pretty badly because that implies some pretty bad stuff, especially since we'd already crossed off the list. It couldn't be the AC unit and it probably wasn't like flooding. So where the hell is this water coming from? In addition to finding nothing, no wetness, no leaking, no cracks, there's also no pipes over there. In fact, there's no pipes within about 30 feet of the spot that's flooding. That's how there's no pipes over there. They are. So I'm like, okay, what? So he comes over and he's like, in desperation, what he's thinking is he's going to go ahead and just straight up replace our entire, my entire AC unit. Just pull the whole thing out of the wall and replace it with a completely new one. As he pulls off the cover for it, the first thing that both of us notice, because I'm standing there watching him, is there's a weird spot in this one section under the unit. And we're like, what the hell is that? And we reach under and it is soaking wet. So here's the thing. The AC unit, we said it wasn't a problem with the AC unit because the AC unit was bone dry underneath it. Like you'd reach under and it's just nice and dry. And it was leaking out into the outside, which it's supposed to do normally. And it didn't have any water pooling in the catcher where it's supposed to be catching the water, the condensation. So nothing seemed to indicate it was the AC unit, but it was the AC unit. Because what was happening is there's this one spot where something had happened. It looks like it was a crack. And water was seeping through that crack, and all the condensation of the AC unit, which I remind you is on 24/7, was all going into this one crack and seeping out into this one spot. Now, you're probably thinking, well, hang on, surely you would have seen the trail, right? No, but the reason why is because the carpet here is loose. So I don't know what the proper terminology is for this, but my carpet here isn't actually attached to the ground. It's sealed on the outsides, but the carpet itself is just laying on top of that. It's not actually adhesed to the ground in any way. It's just sitting on top of it, so it's loose. So picture this. There's this one spot, and the water's going in, and it's soaking down into the sponge or the foam or whatever that is that's under the carpet. And the carpet's just like this, just kind of sitting up on it because it's kind of scooched up against the wall like this. So it's all dry over here. But then, by the time it gets over to here to where I'm normally walking, this carpet is now at the point where it's resting on that sponge, and hey, the water seemingly comes up through the sponge over here several feet away from the AC unit. This is why the spot had been slowly growing, too. Because there's just more and more water that's slowly getting more and more of the carpet attached to the foam, which is what's actually getting soaked. So, thanks to this, so he went in. First thing he did is he readjusted the way it was the AC unit was sitting, so it's sitting like this way, so it's tilting away from that, away from that spot. Then he sealed over that spot with several layers of tape, not just regular tape, like actual product. He actually went and bought some actual industrial. This is designed for wet pipes tape kind of tape. Then he actually replaced the actual, I forget what it's called, but it's the It's the thick insulation board that you shape and mold to attach the AC unit's vent to the actual venting, and then that goes throughout the actual apartment. So we replaced that just to make sure that anything that might have been wrong with that was causing condensation problems, that's gone. And now we're just going to wait, and we're going to see how it goes. I have an artificial wind tunnel created with several of my fans, so I'm kind of low on fans right now. I've got my one emergency fan. That's actually all I got right now. All the rest of my fans are creating that wind tunnel over there to try and generate the kind of pressure which will pull some of that air out and some of it and force a dehydration, or sorry, a evaporation of that water. And we'll see. Because the reason I haven't done that whole wind tunnel thing yet is because the water kept coming, right? It was being generated faster than it would go away. Theoretically, if it's not being generated anymore, this will actually get rid of it. So, we'll see. We'll see. Despite Hazardous' negativity, I have a feeling that we have actually fixed it, and I'm in a better mood as a consequence. Now, I wanted to give that little preface because I don't know why. I guess I just share stuff with you guys. Are you okay with that? Do you mind me being legit and honest about my stuff in my life with you guys? I guess that's a weird question to ask. It sort of never occurred to me to ask that before. I was just like, hey, what's up? Here's my life. um, yeah, it's whatever. Point being, hello NTC. Point being, that's kind of why I was late. That's why this is going on. Yada yada yada. But there's another thing I want to share with you, if that's okay. Why do I have a gold star just for that? Oh, right, that's why. So, I have a... Hey, I'm not a human being, Meadfit. I mean, yes, I'm definitely a human being. I mean, I did survive that shark attack after all. I know, right? So it's just, I got this one little gold thing, and it's just... The good news is I can beat Mega Man 2 in like 30 minutes. But this one might be a little rougher. Anyways, Mega Man 4. So I don't... Whoops, I'm hitting the wrong button. Hang on. There we go. So I don't know Mega Man 4 that well, like I said. It's not a game I'm very familiar with. I've beaten a few times, and I've done several challenges for it, obviously, on the Switch version. We're going to stick with the PC version for now, because it doesn't have the audio desync problem, and it's whatever, right? It's Mega Man. I remember renting this, and then having several issues with several parts of it, and then just being like, wow, that gave me problems. And then I put it down, and I never played it again until years and years and years later. So I think I've actually only played through this game maybe twice total. So that's a thing. We have the usual bestiary, which is the usual good stuff, as it usually is. So they get the automatic plus for the bestiary, and the save system, and the rewind. All that stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, spoilers! Spoilers! But yes, this is actually, as several of these Mega Man games, I think up to this one, are first in one thing or another. And this is the first time we introduce the concept of the fake final boss. So let's go ahead, hang on, let's jot this down really quick. Where's our thoughts? Nope, that's the Star Trek Rewrite Project. There we go. So, yeah, so, save system, rewind, quality of life features, bestiary. There, so this is just the automatic 4 pluses, because this is the collection. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. But I do have a favor to ask of all of you. It's a big favor, because it means kind of changing up the stream series. I do not agree with that at all, Zalo. Mega Man 4 was the first one to have the boss fake out, aka this is the villain. We're going after this person. Oops, it wasn't this person, it was Wily. This is the first boss fake out. I'm sorry. This is the first time they used this narrative trope to try and pretend that Dr. Wily is not the enemy. Okay, I thought you were being serious, look. I'm like, no! This would be a trend, because this continues in 5 and 6. Thankfully, from 7 and onwards, they just abandoned this idea, kind of. But anyways, I do want to share. So okay, I have a favorite ask. I have a favorite ask. I want to play through Mega Man 11 again. That's the summary. Thoughts? And I figure you all have the best, reasonability to respond to that. In fact, I'm actually going to set up a poll. I'm going to set up a nice, long Twitch poll really quick here. I will, of course, earn it. I will allocate enough dealer's choice to make it happen, because that's how it happened. No. We'd do it at the end. We'd finish the Mega Man block with 11. I would rather not play Mighty Number 9, but that's okay. I can pretend I'm going to play... I'm totally going to play Mighty Number 9. Wink. No, the whole point is to review it again. It's not just playing it for the fun of it. Don't worry, I'm not that selfish. Oh, did 10 pull that? Okay, I forgot. 9 and 10 really blur for me, and I barely remember them. I am not playing Mighty Number 9 again. Screw Mighty Number 9. There, okay. There is now a poll up in Twitch. You can see it, I guess, up here somewhere. Or maybe over there somewhere. There should be a Twitch thing. And you should be able to vote, and that should be going for several minutes. I have that going for quite a while, so you have lots of time to respond to that. Now, I suppose I should explain why, other than the thing. So, one of the things I've been doing... Hang on, is there just somewhere I can hang out where there's no music, so I can just... There, okay, so... The reason why, the specific reason why, is obviously I've got the audit sheet. And one of the things I've been doing for the classics specifically is I'll look at how a lot of these games, like 1, 2, and 3, have been rating against the rest of the Mega Mans. And I noticed, because I have this organized alphabetically, I've got Mega Man Alive at the bottom there. And I look down at the Mega Man 11 thing, and I'm like, that's odd. Because that should get a positive for that, and it didn't. Okay, well, that's whatever. And then I'll go check something else, and I look down and I see Mega Man 11. I'm like, well, that didn't get a positive for that either. That's odd. Why didn't it get a positive for that? And so forth and so on. And I just thought it would be beneficial to go through, and because some things it's kind of hard to do by memory. I have a really good memory, but please remember that Mega Man 11 was actually one of the first games we reviewed with the current system. In fact, it was like 10th. So it's been several years since we went through 11. And, in fact, I can actually pull up the number right here. Hang on, where's Mega Man 11? Right, it is right now. It has actually been, in 2018, it has been 3 years and a couple of months. So, yeah, the idea is to do an audit run of Mega Man 11 and try to just get it up to date. And that's kind of the idea. To be clear, I want to do that regardless. The only real question here is, do we do this now while we're reviewing the Mega Man games, which is kind of what I would prefer to do, because that way... We've got Mega Man on the brain. We know what we're looking for. We know what we're not looking for, etc., etc. And that's the logic, and that's the reason. And voot. All right, so back to the game. So let's play Mega Man 4. Finally, it's been 20 minutes. Let's get out of here. So, Mega Man 4. Hold up. Hang on. Before we start, Mega Man 4 actually had a surprising amount of studio support. This is something that was actually mentioned in Discord, and I verified in my own little research as he was working on the PC unit. Mega Man 4 was pretty much the first Mega Man game that actually got studio support from Capcom, which is just mind-boggling to think about in hindsight. But they actually put studio weight behind it. They actually gave them a proper budget. It wasn't a rush production. It wasn't a treble production. Anytime they had issues, they worked around it. This is the first Mega Man game that doesn't have some kind of asterisk on it, which is like, oh man, they had this thing, and then they lost this person, and all the crap I've been reporting on and sharing with you from Mega Man 1, 2, and 3. 4 had none of that. Smoothest production they've ever had. They also brought in, I don't think so, Caspian, but I'm not sure off the top of my head. Speaking of which, they brought in, so Yasuaki Fujita, who did the incredible soundtrack for Mega Man 3, actually did all of the sound design and sound directing for Mega Man 4. We'll be kind of paying attention to what he does with that. They brought in Mine Fuji, who actually does the music for 4. And this is also the first game of the Mega Man series that has Hayato Kaji. Kaji, excuse me. Hayato Kaji. Now, Kaji, he's an interesting one. Some of you probably recognize that name. He's a very long-standing Mega Man vet. He's been involved in the Mega Man series for a long time. But this was his first. This is when he entered the franchise, was with 4. And he... Damn it, Carwelas. This is... No, you can't take this. Thank you very much, Carwelas, for taking the chat in the name of the Red Wizards of Thay. I will be sure to send a couple of Baylors your way in soon time. If you know what you want to put that towards, please let me know. Kaji is credited with a lot of things and is a pretty long-standing Mega Man awesome dude. And I just want to say that really quickly. Because the really big thing that Kaji added to the franchise was the concept of the charge. Now, I know, they've had the charge since as far back as Mega Man 2 with Heatman's weapon. But he said, hold up. Why don't we design the game around the idea that you can charge the Buster? And everyone was like, what? That's going to completely change how we design and balance all the damage. He's like, yeah. But think about it for a moment. And so they decided to add the charge concept, and thus the Charge Buster is added in Mega Man 4. Shrug. Anyways, so smooth production, you're going to see the polish on display, because among other things, we have this. Household robots rock and roll were designed by master robot designer Dr. Light, and were enjoying their peaceful days. Then one day, the industrial robots all over the world went on a rampage. And the world fell into total chaos. Dr. Light quickly realized that mad scientist Dr. Wily was behind the nefarious deed, but he didn't know what to do. Rock, having a strong sense of justice, volunteered to be converted into a fighting robot, and thus was the super robot Mega Man born. This is why I call him Rock and Mega Man, by the way. Codified. Mega Man shattered Dr. Wily's plans 3 times, Mega Man 1, 2, and 3. And world peace has been maintained so far. But history repeats itself. Dr. Cossack, a mysterious scientist, has invented 8 powerful robots and sent them after Mega Man. Mega Man starts for the battle again. This time equipped with the powerful new Mega Buster. Depends on how you define it, Von Falkenstein, but love that intro. Even in Japanese, this was the first time they really sat down and tried to line up some of the backstory of the series and codify some of the vague ideas they'd already had. Because most of these ideas already existed. We've talked about this as we've been going through the series. But, well, I hate that it does that. But this was the first time they actually sat down and said, okay, let's put that in the game. Let's do a whole intro. You've seen Ninja Gaiden, right? Because by this point in time, Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Gaiden 2 had come out. I think. Actually, I'm sorry. Let me double check that. Hang on. But I know Ninja Gaiden had come out by this point. Hang on. So this was late 91. Not to my knowledge, Dr. Winter. And, yep, nope, I was right. Okay, cool. So, yes. Ninja Gaiden 2 had come out the previous year in this case. And they had, and I mentioned this because Inafune specifically references Ninja Gaiden in his interview. I just sort of assumed Ninja Gaiden 2 was part of that because these cutscenes feel very Ninja Gaiden 2 to me. So forgive me my presumption. But we know Ninja Gaiden had come out. They looked at the cutscenes and they said, okay, we need to do more of that. We need to do something like that. And again, because the studio was actually supporting the franchise for the first time in Mega Man 4, ugh. They went ahead and spent the money and spent the time and did the whole intro, and I'm sorry, plus the story. Oh, and I got that, Carwelas. Thank you very much. I will put that towards Thief. I did get that. Sorry. As always, I didn't say it out loud. I saw it, but I didn't say it out loud, and you always got to check me on that, just to make sure. Okay, so plus to story, intro. I'm so very sorry that I have to give pluses to a Mega Man game. This is the most horrible thing ever. So, as usual, anybody who has not played Mega Man 4, please feel free to toss out a random name of who you want us to fight in what order. We've got Ring Man, Dive Man, Skull Man, Pharaoh Man, Bright Man, Toad Man, Drill Man, and Dust Man. So what do we got here? So we've got Dive, Pharaoh, Toad, Bright, Dust. Oh, this is a hell of an order. Oh, you're giving me a wonderful order. And then Drill. Has it been 10 minutes already? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who am I missing? Ring and someone. Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Skull. Should we do Ring or Skull first? And yeah, I saw that the poll ended. Let's pull up the results here. That's a hell of a spread. That's a hell of a spread. Okay, Skull, and then we'll do Ring Man last. That's a fascinating order you have just given me. That is a fascinating order you have given me. Okay. So, all right. So I don't want to forget this. So I just want to mention right now that Skull Man. So as usual, they did the whole thing where they had the contest and people could submit bosses. And they had actually designed a Skullman stage. And then someone submitted the Skullman thing, and everything was cool with Skullman. And it was such a cool boss design, they actually trashed the entire stage and made a brand new stage just to support Skullman. And if nothing else tells you how much studio support was behind Mega Man 4, I think that tells the tale right there. That they had the support, backing, time, and money to just eject an entire stage and start from scratch just because they liked a boss design. That is weight right there. As usual, feel free to shout out when you hear your favorite song in the game. Oh yeah. So we have this now. It's so weird to see the charge in this one, because it looks so different from, like, every other one. Very good, Dr. Winter, for the most part. Definitely leaning towards positive. Like, just not only in terms of organization, but in terms of being, you know, the good guys. So you'll notice right off the bat, the levels aren't really playing around. We're already at death spikes. We're already at enemies you can only hit from certain angles. We're already at traps in terms of the levels layout and designs. But can I just say that, as usual, I absolutely love the graphics. I'm sorry to keep gushing about this, but I love what they do. In Mega Man 4, 5, and 6, specifically, these three games, I love the visuals so much. They're so much cleaner. They're so much tighter. It's clear actual thought and effort was put in them. There's little tidbits of animation, like with the water, when you sploosh out of the water there. And just, I love everything they do with this. However, we are going to have a little bit of audio spam, because they were still figuring out how to indicate the charge. So we're going to hear a little bit of that. Sorry. Like this thing. This is, by the way, the definition of a do that. This serves no purpose. There's no purpose behind this thing being here. It's just there to indicate that there's like a vent there or something. Oh yeah, the controls are right back to being tight, awesome, and amazing. And hey, it's Eddie! Thank you. Or a leak, yeah. I would imagine at least a little bit, Shihali. Notice we still have some of the excellent tight sound design from 3, just even better than before. And right back into the drink. Oh, now the water's raising and lowering. Now we gotta deal with that. This whole time they've been giving us that water, and we can jump really high in the water, so now we're losing some of that flexibility and mobility in how we move. A doodad is anything that is unnecessary to the actual functional nature of a stage design that makes it look better in terms of immersion or in terms of just adding detail or design or things that you generally don't actually notice. You're not supposed to consciously notice. Now, I gotta remember where the stupid wire thing is. I think, is it here? Is this it? Am I remembering correctly? I feel like it's right here. Someone track me on this. Someone who has played this game before. But I always just die and check it. Screw it! Okay, it is. I was right. Getting dark here. And the best part is that drop, it's hard to explain, but it looks off, right? That little drop thing, that little bottomless pit, it's weirdly positioned. It's not the kind of bottomless pit you'd expect from any of these games. It's just right after the mini-boss and extremely easy to dodge. You're just looking at that like, what? Why is that there? The charge speed is a little slow in 4 compared to most of the other ones. So you notice I generally don't just leave it charged like I do in some of the others. Like, look at that, it's just, why is that there? I don't know if that's full, you know, guidance and flow of exploration indication, but it's still worthy of note. Oh, I screwed that up. That's on me. Yeah, exactly. There's no pits, and then there's just this random... I mean, there's pits over the boss sometimes, but... And there's just this pit here. It's like, what? Oh, yeah, I should show that off. Sorry. Speaking of which, we need to show off the interface, which is much improved. This is what it lets us do. I'm sorry, it actually lets us do that. Sorry, I shouldn't screw around. Yeah, the wire's a grappling hook. I don't even remember what use it has, to be completely honest with you. But I wanted to grab it because I think you need it in the later stages. Oh, hey. I'll take that, especially since I've died a couple times to my own stupidity here. I'll take that, too. And that was Dive Man stage. You have to fight the whale twice if you don't die or get the wire. If you get the wire, you have to fight the whale 3 times total. So yeah, grab a safety save. As I say, I feel like speedruns get the bubble thing, but that's just because it has so much utility. I don't think that's because it's required. And of course, what's required or what isn't for a speedrun is always kind of a as opposed to normal design. So I think that's a good stage. I think it does a lot well, very quickly and very efficiently. It's got a good variety of opponents and options and terrain design, all sorts of good stuff, plus 2 Dive Man stage. It also has a fun mini boss. So while we're here, I'm going to jot down a potential positive for indication, something that guides you towards where power-ups are. You know, the exact opposite of go left for a second to get the helmet in Infinity Maginian stage. Question mark. I also need to give a plus to doodads because holy crap. And visual storytelling, because duh. We should probably go ahead and jot down sprite work. Just get that out of the way. Animations. Don't even need to... I didn't even need to explain that one. And of course, brickwork. Now, because of how these pluses work, we give more pluses for things that are more, you know, things that are better. I bring that up because from 4, 5, and 6, we're going to have to start debating if these things, these visual things that they do, actually deserve 1 or 2 positives, as opposed to simply, as opposed to just saying it deserves 1 and we're done with it, right? So just be keeping that in mind as we go through. Pay attention to the visuals, see what you think of them. Feel free to give me your opinion on how much I suck and how much I've tried. You want to hear something kind of cool, by the way? So I was checking, while I was waiting, I was checking my comment section, as I often do. And I noticed there was a comment by someone who says, Laura, you suck. Now, that's not actually what they said. I'm not going to tell you what they said because it doesn't matter. But it was a Laura, you suck comment. Okay, cool. So I just approve and move on. The very next comment was someone saying, man, I really hate how Lore puts himself down all the time. I wish he wouldn't say he sucks. And I just laughed out loud in reaction to that. It just, it's something about the irony and the timing of that just absolutely struck me. I had to show that. I had to show that. Okay, so Dive Man is absolutely going to Shrek me here. Let's see what we do. By the way, the bosses in 4, with some exceptions, are... that was bad luck. Are probably going to get positives. But yeah, 4 has pretty good bosses, except for Drill Man. He's the exception, by the way. See, the issue is... he moves faster than you do vertically, and he homes in, or sorry, horizontally, and he homes in on you horizontally. So if he decides to dash while you're too far in the air, you cannot course correct to avoid him, because he always dashes to where you are. That's what got me there, is he decided to dash instead of shoot, and, well, that was the end of that. He also hits very hard, as you can see. Ooh, that was a screw up. But we managed it. I mean, I liked Mega Man 3. I think I made it clear by virtue of how we managed to enjoy that as much as we did. But yeah, this is such a more polished game, even in the very first stage. See, what's funny is I kind of had the same thing, Sly Foxtail. I also did Pharaoh Man first when I first picked up this game, and that caused me some issues. I don't remember if this game introduced the Mystery Tank or not. I do kind of agree with what Zilok said, and I'm going to jot down probably an aggregate negative for that. But Dive Man's stage and Dive Man's boss are absolutely positive. I have no opinion on it, Vandalia. I mean, I don't mind the 4 mini stage 4 final stages format, but I also don't mind the 8 mini stages final stages format either. I'm fine with either. It's a coin flip for me. You can tell we're going to be enjoying this one because we're already up to 9 positives here. We might as well just put that negative down. We're just gonna. I don't like to do that. I don't like to give negatives when I'm not there yet. But we're probably going to have 1 negative to gameplay. Not sure of anything else. All right, so who's next? Pharaoh Man. Great. Coolest one of the robot masters. Sorry. So I like this stage, despite everything. I always like this kind of gradual kill you mechanic. I know that's a weird way to put it, but I mean that. Like, something like this kind of quicksand is usually done to good effect, especially when it comes to platformers. Some of my favorite stages in a lot of platformers are the stages that have these quicksand sections. I mean, is the sky black with weird glittering dots in it, MLP Berman? Okay. Yes, Pharaoh Man is just weirdly awesome in the cartoon. I think it started off just kind of because someone liked him, and it just kind of became mimetic at that point. I'm not sure, though. Don't quote me on that. Hey, look, it's a bee. This item is substantially more useful than the W. Because this item is the balloon, which I'm not going to show off right now, but I will show off shortly. We should show off the weapons, though, because this is a homing missile, which is exactly as useful as it sounds. Notice how, I hate to keep pointing this out, but again, unlike some of the stages in 3, very clear thought was put into the exact specifics of the angles, and the arcs, and the jumps, and which enemies are where and why. Oh yeah, by the way, Pharaoh Man is not weak to Dive Man, so... But yeah, we're probably going to give a weapon plus for 4. 4 had some good weapon designs for the most part. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. I don't remember all of them off the top of my head, so we'll kind of go into that as we go. Does anybody else ever see the floating balloon things underneath these guys as, like, their mustaches or something? Is that just me? I mean, several of the Mega Man games have multiple weapon loops, so that doesn't really bother me that much. Yeah, believe it or not, sand is not weak to missiles. So Pharaoh Man's actually kind of rough. Let's see how this works out. Ugh, okay, this is probably a failed attempt. Oh yeah, that's a failed attempt. He is very fast in how he goes back and forth. His only vulnerability point, ironically, is when he sits and does his charge attack. Correct, Zitzler. 3 doesn't actually have a shield weapon. Even 1 had a shield weapon, kind of, with Fireman. So I don't know what Dive Man's weapon does to him, so we're going to try it out. Just for the hell of it. Well, it's better than nothing. I was going to focus more on dodging. This is an interesting setup. Whoop! The homing isn't perfect, but, you know, it's better than nothing. That was actually pretty close. Once again, a simple boss that is well designed, though. Definite plus to Pharaoh Man's stage and to Pharaoh Man himself. God, I hope this continues. I hope 4 just smashes 2 out of the water. I don't mean that like as an anti-2 thing. I mean that as a pro-4 thing. You know what I mean? Because I have so little knowledge or memories of 4. By memory, 5 was my favorite of the classics. Not counting 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12. But we'll see. We'll see how 4 rates up, because this is pretty good so far. All right, so... yeah, exactly, Zed's Lair. It's... yeah, and oh, shh. Nobody tell them about Mega Man 12. Okay, so, like Pharaoh wrong. Yes, Mega Man and Bass is the one true Mega Man 9. By the way, Mega Man Bass sucks. At least one of the versions sucks, because it's literally an inferior version in actual objective manner. But, anyways... yeah, I am specifically referring to the GBA version, because holy crap. Okay. So that was one of the big ones. One of the other hardest bosses in the game is actually Ringman. Ringman's pretty rough. But now, we're moving on to... the Endangered Species Man! Points if you get it. Love the visuals of this, even though it's actually creating... so it's pushback. It's... you can see it most when I'm moving. You see how it's actually shoving me back. Yep, time for the hardest robot master in the series. God, I love the visuals of this stage, by the way. Just absolutely adore it. As usual, pushback, just like an airman stage, can turn otherwise ordinary jumps into more complex jumps. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Whatever. Listen, I just love seeing Toadman dance. I love that jiggle. Oh yeah, God damn it, I did the same mistake for the same reason, too. And I'll take that. But anyway, Slide is fixed. So we're probably going to give that controls positive again, because Slide actually works correctly, in addition to just the controls in general being better than they were in Mega Man 3. I'm gonna go ahead and be honest, I don't get the reference hazardous, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're playing the Steam version again, because I don't want to deal with the audio desync anymore. Done with it. So now we've got pushback, except this time it's just on the ground. So previously, we had pushback just in the air, and now we have pushback just in the ground, which is a nice symmetry for the stage, and among other things, allows them to reuse the same concepts, the same programming, but vary it up to make it different for the player. Oh yeah, enemy variety is legit in 4. We're probably going to give the enemy variety plus to, like, all the games henceforth. Let's just be clear about that. Whoops. Another snail that shoots bombs at you. I don't know why. I don't eat snails. He shoots his eyeballs at you, too. I'm not sure why he does that either. Give in, random. Give in to the Mega Man side of the Force. With each passing moment, you make yourself more likely to fight a giant snail who's shooting bombs at you. It is harder to do than it's... Oh yeah, by the way, the push down, there's actually a push down here too. You see how tiny my jumps are when I'm under there? Sorry, I meant to talk about that earlier. It just hadn't come up yet. What that effectively means is your dodge radius is reduced. So because of the placement of the terrain, the same fight suddenly becomes substantially harder. You'll notice that's a trend in Mega Man 4. They use the terrain smartly to assist or change how the fights go. And we've seen that in pretty much every boss fight so far, and we're going to be seeing that in the future as well. I accept that. Turbo Dad. I mean, yeah, the sprite work is just so good in 4. Okay. I wasn't ready for the eyes. I know, if only we had the Rush Marine. Actually, that's an interesting thought. Okay, I didn't think so. I couldn't remember if it would actually do anything with that or not. What we do have is Dive Man's weapon, and you know what? I don't actually feel bad using weapons on these, so... Ugh, that was interesting. I knew that was going to happen, too. Damn it. That jump is a little trickier to do than it looks. He knows it's Slayer. Like I said, Mega Man 4 is when the money came in. But it really, it is worth noting that even though I tend to remember 5 and 6 better, 5 and 6 would have been nothing without the support and effort and work that went into 4. And designers in general, but especially at Capcom at this era, were really figuring out what they could do with the NES. Hey, Richard. Oh, let's switch to Diamonds. There we go. You know what? Let's just do this way. Let's just use the tools at our disposal. And nope, right out of that. Boss time! Alright. This should be interesting. I'm gonna look something up super quick. Hang on just a second, sorry. Give me just one moment, please. I'm curious of something. Where we go? Where are you? Toad Man. Toad Man. Toad. So we don't have his weakness, so we can't use his weakness. Interestingly enough, he takes 4 damage from his weakness, which is drill. And if you do a fully charged shot, he takes 3 damage. Pharaoh also does a fully charged 3-shot damage, which is interesting. We're doing Dive, Pharaoh, Toad, Bright, Dust, Drill, Skull, Ring. And yeah, so random, that's a very good question. I would recommend you start with 2. It's not the best, it's not the worst. It is, however, a good one to start on. I'm gonna die to Toad Man. Let's do it. I'm gonna die to the Samba. So, Yeah, Mega Man 2 is pretty seminal Mega Man, despite the fact that so many concepts hadn't even been invented yet. Now, I'm just going to let him do it once so you can see what his attack is. What's funny is if he gets his shot off, that attack actually hurts. It just hits the whole screen. There's no dodging it. Toadman lives on in our dancing hearts. Wait a minute. I have a sense that Rush is going to be upgraded with the Rush Marine. Sweet! I could have used that earlier, but thanks. So yeah, Toadman stages... Oh, whoops. Sorry, so you could do that. I forgot to point out that's a thing that you can do. I did that by accident. So hang on. Let's rewind. This is still a review. Still a review. Let's give a plus for the interface. For the first time, I think the interface is good enough to qualify as good. Depends on if we replay 7, Valvedrix, which I never actually finished answering your question for. I apologize. Yeah, if you want to play Mega Man 1, watch my review of it. just do that. Yeah, just watch the beginning. Just watch me fight Iceman for like 40 minutes. So, for those of you wondering, the poll came in and a ridiculous 92% of you said, yes, replay Mega Man 11. So I'm going to allocate some dealer's choice to make that happen off camera. So we will be playing Mega Man 11 as part of this, as an audit run. Not our first audit run, but it's actually only like our third or so audit run, so it's kind of a recent thing. Whether or not we replay Mega Man 7 is a little bit more variable. So, Mega Man 7 we played and reviewed much more recently. It was almost a year. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. Hang on. Let me look up an exact number because I timestamp these things. So, Mega Man 11 we reviewed in October of 2018. By contrast, Mega Man 7 we reviewed in July of 2019. And that was a significant chunk of learning how to review and how the system goes and blah, 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 blah. So it's a lot less bad of a review in general. And I don't know if it would get better or worse. But if we want to, we could go back through Mega Man 7. That's up to you guys. It's not a great game, let's just be honest. But that's not really the point. The point is, do we want the refresh on the Mega Man franchise and just to smash all the classics out 1 through 11 and just do it? So I'm going to go ahead and throw up the same poll. Mega Man 7 is shorter than Mega Man 11 for certainty, especially since I'm pretty much going to cheat on the final boss, because screw that boss. But hang on, so let me pull up a new poll. New poll. Here we go. So it'll be another 10-minute one. 10 minutes, yes. And there. Should be up top or over there or wherever it is you see it. But there should be a poll available to check. Okay, so I don't want to give a Toadman negative, but at the same time, he is very easy to control. The funny thing is, Toadman, and you're not gonna believe me on this, but please trust me, Toadman, if you don't bug him out, is hard. He is very mobile, very fast. He can clear the distance very quickly, and he has an attack you literally cannot dodge. And he has no problem spamming it. He can either lunge at you, or he can just cast it, and then cast it, and then cast it. Now, it's a shame, because the fact that you can interrupt his cast turns him... And it very is Spark Mandrill. It very much is Spark Mandrill, because if you remember, Spark Mandrill is actually pretty rough if you don't use the ice weapon on him, if you just try to fight him normally. But the thing is, it is very easy to stun him, even if you, as we demonstrated, do not have his weak point. So... Actually, I'm kind of curious of something. Which is funny, because Toad has the highest run speed of all the characters in Mario, Greenbright. Let me look up something super quick. I'm going to look up my own reviews. Da-da-da-da. Let's do it. What do we got here? It looks like we did not end up giving a negative to Spark Mandrill, and I remember that argument. I just wanted to make absolutely sure whether or not we did that or not. So, I'm not going to give Toadman a negative then. Precedence is set. It's just not a good thing. It's not a plus. So, moving on. Let's go die. No, Valvatrix! No! It does weight a little bit differently, Delbach, I would agree. It's just, I don't think that's full negative worthy. That might be aggregate negative worthy. Actually, I didn't know that, Walker. Thank you for pointing that out. Hang on, let me go fix that. Right now. That should only take me a few seconds to fix. I don't have a problem adding him in as an aggregate negative. Does it actually say X7? That's funny. I wonder why. I wonder why it says X7. Whatever. Look, I got a lot on my mind. I'm tired. It's been a long day. I'm dumb. I'm stupid, and I'm worthless. What do you want from me? So that was 11-2? Yes, 11-2. Is when we actually did Mega Man 1. There we go. There we go. And fixed. Thank you for pointing that out, Walker. That'll be a hell of a trip, too. We'll be like, all right, here's Mega Man 1. Ugh, and here's 2. This is really good. And 3. This is good. And 4 is probably going to rate really well. 5. This is great. 6. This is excellent. 7. 7's there. 7's a video game. Okay, so let's do this. So I've already got this aggregate we're building. There we go. Okay. 7 comes between 6 and 8. It's true. That's a true statement that I stand behind. All right, so we're doing Bright Man next. This should be fun. I don't know if we got this one zacked out. So you notice that thing that just happened? Well, if you hit the lights, they go out. But if you damage those, they reignite the lights. I love that little gimmick. It's just kind of a cool little thing. And it's also a bit of a risk-reward thing. Because if you don't damage those guys, they shoot at you. So we've already got good enemy design, like in the first 2 screens. And you notice they exposit it upon you very quickly, so you know exactly what you're in for. They make sure to throw 1 at you before you actually get to a bottomless pit, and then they throw 2 at you in quick succession, which it's very easy to get a hold of. Pretty much, yeah, Ginga Man. That's... yeah. Then we have these stupid totems. Totem enemies are just the worst in all of these. So, Mega Man 4 is probably the first game where we really are going to feel the... I didn't think he was going to make that jump. Mega Man 4... No, it's going to get more than one negative Sly Foxtail. Mega Man 4 is when we start to feel the delay. We do have this CPU on turbo, yep. Because Mega Man 4 pushed the envelopes of what the NES could do in quite a few ways. And as a direct consequence, there are several screens which just had really bad frame drops and really bad... Yeah, I knew that was death as soon as that happened. Really bad input delay and all that fun stuff. We do not... There is no Dank Man. There is, however, a Dark Man, yes. This might also be our first classic game that actually has the Ninja Gaiden problem to the point where it's actually a problem. Because that's what happened just there. This is not Bob and George, that's later. Although, if only it was. Excuse me. There is no Catman. There's also no Batman. Oh, there is Shade Man, who is better than Batman in every way. Yeah, I'll take that. I wonder if this hurts him. It does. It just hits the whole screen. There is no Spider-Man, I'm afraid. Actually, fun fact, several of the blank man ideas they had to throw out because they were worried about copyright issues. So I haven't showed off Pharaoh yet. Oh, that's boring. That's terrible. Why would you even do that? No, the real benefit of Pharaoh is that. And you can just hold this above you. You just hold it there. Well, there is Splash Woman. I'd probably be Runner Man. Oh god, this section. Hit. I know this section because one of the challenge runs goes through here, and yeah. If only Wily had Gunman! We're just gonna nope out of this nonsense. Actually isn't the room I thought it was, but that's okay. Yep, nope, Splash Woman is a real thing. It took him a long time to get there for some reason, but... Splash Woman's also kind of cool. But yeah, items are probably going to get a plus. Because of course they are. Why grasshoppers? Then again, why these things? So whatever. Totems, thank you. I couldn't think what they were called for some reason. No, Seaman was going to be in the He-Man series. I'm serious. Merman was originally called Seaman. Yeah, no. They renamed it because his name was Seaman. No more. Oh, wow, that's a heck of a spread. I guess we'll be playing Mega Man 7 when we get there, too. That's okay. I don't actually remember what Bright Man's weak to. Guess we'll find out when we get there. Not that it matters. He's weak to being shot in the face. We're just gonna tolerate this time. So we have light. And that, I can't believe I went for that. That's true, I can check the database. Just be careful, it's easy to dash yourself into oblivion in this game. Just like in real life. I was just a small town girl, living in a big town world. No, Dr. Light isn't kidnapped until Mega Man 5. We're good. We got Dr. Light. Now, Dr. Bright, well, we're trying not to cheat, Vendali. We always try not to cheat, believe it or not. Some people don't believe that, and that's because they're dumb. Okay. Almost. Yes, I have, Torchinator. Yeah, I cheated in 1 because it was Mega Man 1. Enough said. Okay. Oh, it's tempting to use the rewind feature. I'm sorry, who's Josh Keaton? Spiked Floor Man. I mean, that's an old joke, Spike Man. I've seen a few takes on that joke over the years. Yes, I know, Richard. Hey, I beat the Yellow Devil without the boss trick on camera, thank you very much. I should probably... it's not worth it. Yeah, I've said it before, it's always funny to me, because the instant kill spikes have absolutely no presence whatsoever in lore. Like, they don't exist in lore. It's just it's a gameplay concept that makes no sense, and the more you think about it, the less sense it makes. If only I had the rush jet. Oh. Oh, I still have the balloon. Isn't that what Mega Man 11 was, Rainbright? That's true, I did, Valvedrix. I mean, I could have just done the die method, but I wanted to try and go for a one-shot. What does the wire do? I mean, I haven't really had a good chance to show it off, because all it does is this. Not super useful. I feel like there's sections where it's useful, I just can't remember any of them off the top of my head. Yeah, Richard. On camera. Again, basically just to prove that I could. Because the first thing I did was I killed him with the pause trick in like half a second. Just to show off what the pause trick was. And we had to do it legit. That's bullcrap. That pisses me off. Probably Mega Man 2. Mega Man X1 gets really slow once you get to the boss stages, the Sigma stages. Because, yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, the totems jump. I haven't actually had a chance to show that off, really. But yeah, like, my best time in Mega Man X1, which is 100% but Buster only, of course, is something like hour and 30, I want to say. Whereas in Mega Man 2, it's closer to like 40 minutes. Which is also Buster only, except when I have to. Oh god, that would be awful. Jank Man, all your controls are just wrong. Wow, made the same mistake. I'm still not actually sure what's happening there. Or more accurately, why it's happening. Every time you shoot him, your controller changes. Ah! Which one's the shoot button? No! And there's, like, painful spikes right in front of you. So, or no, right above you. So if you accidentally jump, as you're trying to figure out what your buttons are, you take damage. That actually sounds like a cool concept, now that I'm saying that out loud. It's fine. I needed the health reset anyways. Bright Man can actually be kind of rough, so I kind of want to go in there with full lives. You got jank control! And every single boss, like you use jank on them, you can only use it on the bosses, and they just start doing random things with absolutely no like they could... That's a good example of the Ninja Gaiden problem. They just start doing completely random stuff, right? Oh, I need to check something, speaking of which. Yep, they do keep. Okay, cool. Okay. Well, I'm gonna die on purpose to refill my lives. That would be pretty terrible, Vandelli. My niece actually doesn't like Mario games, specifically because she doesn't like the time limit. No, seriously. I don't even mean that as a negative thing. It's just, it's something that never occurred to me. She prefers to be able to take her time on levels. Sure. I'm just gonna accept that and move on. I mean, it's not that I disagree with her so much as that it never even occurred to me, because, I mean, one of my first video games ever was Mario Brothers 1. That's just cheap. Here's a life! On the instant kill you spikes! That's probably worth it. Yeah, no, she loves Mario Odyssey, for example. To name a more modern one. I like how it's homing into, like, the top of it there. I guess that's what it considers its, selection spot or whatever. I've actually seen someone speedrun the new Ghost and Goblins, and holy crap, that game looks insane. I mean, I probably wouldn't, but Mead Fist, but, you know, I like to have places that are comfortable to move around, and I want people to visit me, you know, it's just, you know. Oh yeah, Super Mario Bros. 3 is super short levels. It's part of how they got away with having so many. There's, what, like 60 levels total in Mario Bros. 3, something like that? Whatever. Get these. I have not heard of Maximo, or if I have, it doesn't sound familiar. That's a bad angle, but we're gonna go for it. It is! It's super cozy, Meat Fist. I got Coke, I got, you know, tea, you know, I got whatever. You want coffee? I got coffee. That's a good question, Valvatrix. I'd have to really think about that. Oh yeah, we have to review the stage I've been stuck on for like 20 minutes at some point. There's certainly some tight windows on some of these frickin' jumps, that's for certain. I don't know why I did that. There we go. Thanks, game. Three times in a row now. But yeah, we do need to solidify the negative for Ninja Gaiden enemies because it's actually problematic in this one. It's the first one it's been problematic in. That's a shame. I was really... it's such a stupid hope, but I was really hoping that we would just kind of skate by with, you know, essentially no negatives for a Mega Man game. That would just be kind of awesome. But whatever. So we do need to actually rate this stage that I've been stuck on for 25 minutes now. Problem is, I'm the one who's been stuck on it. It's always kind of hard to review something that's just irritating you, especially since several times now I've gotten pretty decently through the stage, and then, well, you made one very minor mistake and it instantly killed you and you have to do the whole thing over again. And I'm usually not in favor of that kind of thing, but it also makes me really frustrated. It's kind of hard to review something fairly when you're frustrated by it. Yeah, like a super optional or whatever hazardous. Let's wait for all those to go away. What's really frustrating to me is that keeps happening. I'm actually still not 100% sure what's going on with that. 4 times in a row now I've screwed up that jump, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong on it. I had no problems with that jump before, and I just suddenly started screwing it up, and now it's like, and I just can't stop screwing up. It's just like real life! I didn't even think about that. That's the wrong button. It's this thing. Let's try it. Because I've done this section on the challenge mode several times. But I'm pretty sure I've always had the turbo off because I didn't even know the turbo existed until... I don't know why I did that. Until Valvatrix even told me the turbo existed. There we go. It prevents slowdown and frame drop, supposedly. That might explain it, Palpatrix. Because, yeah, I did not know there was that thing. So let's see how this works now. Okay. So you see the frame drops. You actually can see the game slowing down as we're going through this section. You saw that, right? Whatever. Very possible. They could have actually play tested the stage and said, "Okay, hang on. This is problematic. We have to be careful about this." So anyways, that was Bright Man stage. It is a screen clearer, Dr. Winter, but you only have so many shots of it. That's kind of the... It's the artillery, right? You got 5 shots of artillery. Use them wisely. Or, in a standard beat-em-up game, it would be the bomb concept. Who are we fighting next? Dust, the stage that's much harder than Bright Man's stage by memory. Kind of, but not really, Vandalia. By the way, this is my 3rd favorite song in the game. Yeah, I love the design of this game. So, when I was young, I always thought those were chainsaws in the background because I was an idiot. I didn't realize that it was conveyor belts with you know, scrap they were processing. By the way, I believe this is our first junk stage, of which we'll have several. Real quick, thank you, Mr. Red, very much. I will put those towards Mega Man 7 and Mega Man 11. I'll just put that down here with the dealer's choice that I'm going to be allocating towards those. I'll figure out how long those games are in a minute, and by a minute I mean tonight, figure out how much donations I need. So I'm going to leave Turbo off, because clearly that just messed with my timing in ways I wasn't even realizing. That explains so much. It really does. Because I'm like, you probably saw me several times just be like confusion. Why did that happen? And you saw 4 times in a row, like I nudged the platform and then like on it and then fell to the death, and it's just like whatever. And that's the problem. I have to now rate that stage, and I'm debating how to do it. And yes, Walker, we're going to be playing Mega Man 7. We're doing the classic block. We're doing the whole classic block. Let's do this. You are the only one, Darth Tyron. No one will ever play Endwalker. I mean, Endwalker. Speaking of which, that poll is still going. I still, given my usual poll figures, I'm missing about 100 people who haven't voted on the big poll. So make sure if you haven't voted, type in !voot, !voot in chat, and then vote for that if you haven't, please. So we're going to fill up this aggregate with Bright Man stage. Now, hang on. Bear with me for a second. However, I'm also going to give a positive to Bright Man stage. Yeah, Brightman stage actually has some really cool stuff. It does. I absolutely stand by that. I don't think I'm going to give a plus to Brightman himself because there's not much to him. So someone asked if he's similar to Flashman. So what Brightman does is he will do one of three things. He'll freeze you, he'll lunge at you, or he'll shoot a shot up just above you, just below you, and straight at you. Those are the three actions he can do. And that's it. Now, again, most of these bosses are simple, but nothing is done to vary it up or add layers to it, or the terrain doesn't help, so that's it. He can just do that. And sometimes what can happen, and I've seen this happen on speedruns, which irritates the crap out of me, because I'm like 30 seconds away from a run, a successful beating my time, and he's just sitting there going, freeze, and then he shoots the air, because I'm already dodging in preparation for the freeze. Then he does another freeze, and I'm just like, come on, dude. Come on. So they don't do much to make Brightman interesting like they do most of the other bosses. All right. Dustman stage. So by memory, this is the hardest stage. We're going to see how we do on this one. Whoa, hello. I'll take that life. Lord knows I need it. Yeah, whoa! I wasn't even looking at the screen. Exactly, Walker. RNG run killer. Absolutely, Richard. 100%, no question. And the reason why is because it's a little bit too tight on the timing for several sections of that, regardless of the fact that I did it perfectly when I turned off the turbo. The fact of the matter is, there is far too Jesus Christ, there's far too narrow of a margin of error. There's far too narrow of a margin of error for that section. It is also pretty easy to screw yourself over if you accidentally into either the grasshoppers or the totem poles. The totem poles, of course, respawn, which is not good. And then there's the physicsy things going on, Jesus Christ, with the platforms themselves. Come on! Perfectly designed to hit your jump. What's funny is I remember these most in the Cossack 1 stage. Because there's a very specific pattern I have to do to avoid these things in the Cossack 1 stage. Give in, Zedslayer. Join us! And become one with the Law Walkers. Apparently the pattern on these guys is shoot and then jump. Ooh, hello. Dang it. I swear I have reflexes somewhere in there. No! Tell you what, Zedslayer. I'll take over the world, and then one of my mandates will be you will have to take time off to play FF14 with us. Oh yeah, so we got, from Brightman, you can probably guess the weapon we got from Brightman. Now what's interesting is Brightman's weapon is different from Flashman's. Unlike Flashman's, which just freezes and then slowly drains the thing, you just spend a bit of the energy and it just freezes it for a few seconds. I actually think that's a better approach overall. It certainly puts more control of how long you freeze and for why into your hands. Oh my god, that was actually really close. So now you can really see the slowdown here. Starting to see those frames kind of go... Ugh. But we're leaving that off because I don't feel like dealing with that nonsense again. Notice how even though Mega Man 4 uses instant death in several of its early stages, it does so almost universally in ways when... which is fair, for lack of a better way to put it. There's clear design put into making sure that you have platforms, enemies, or otherwise tools to not die. Even that's a little bit of a fake-out. Like, oh my god, here it comes, but it won't actually crush you. And we don't have Ringman's weapon, so we're going to do this the old-fashioned way. There's ways to skip through this quickly. I am super not doing that. Don't even ask me to. Also, this is our first trash compactor. Remember we were talking about this over in Mega Man X6. This is the origin of this concept in the Mega Mans. We've been doing the easy stuff so far. We gotta do the hard one now. Oh yeah, I should show that off, since we actually have Toad Man. Well, I'll show it off in a second. Hang on, there. Okay, I'm wrong. Ignore me. The one I usually use here is Ringman, because I usually do Ringman before Dustman. That was odd. A little physicsy there for a second. But yeah, you'll see me use, not dash. You'll see me use dash a lot more in this game, because apparently I'm just playing an X game. You'll see me use slide a lot more, because now I can use it without the irritation of the controls from Mega Man 3. As I mentioned, 4 is far more likely to, and by that I mean it's totally certain to get A+ for controls. Okay. I don't remember what Dustman's weak to. He's weak to being shot in the face! Weirdly good luck. Oh, yep, there we go. So we're getting really weirdly good luck on this guy. Now, we need to decide if the charge is a positive or not. Like, it probably shouldn't be. But at the same time, it is an interesting little game changer, isn't it? And if anything, it should probably just be part of the kit positive. So actually, I've talked myself down for that immediately. Of course they can, Benelli. They have to be, otherwise the game is badly designed. I mean, that would be awful. Here's the boss that you could be fighting first if you select this stage first. You can't kill it with the Mega Buster, though. Sucks to be you! And that's why you know it's a Dark Souls game. Who's next? Sorry, I'm just joking, I'm just joking. Drill! Drill is the real run killer. You think Bright Man is bad. Or Eight Eyes. Oh my god, I remember that stupid game. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. It's just, I have bad memories of that game. By the way, I just wanted to do something. Is that okay? Do you mind if I do something really quick? Of course you don't. You're awesome. Soak that in for a second. Take it in. Take in the details. Take in this little section underneath us. See the pipelines, see the gridding, the scaffolding, the section up top, and the nature of how the rocks look. Okay, really take that in for a second. I'm going to leave it up for a few more seconds. I always find it's the best way to show this stuff off is to use immediate contrast. Contrast this. You can immediately tell, even if you don't do a full analysis, you can immediately tell the severity in difference from just the complexity of it. The one generic mountain with the other generic mountain in the background with a very basic repeated pattern. One little worker tape thing here to indicate that this is a work facility. Platforms, rocks, that's it. Now, I know that feels unfair, but I'm only saying this to show how far they've come, and to show how much additional effort and work has been done to make these games look as good as they do. I just wanted to show that off really quick. Yeah, really wanted that, jeez. And yeah, this is going to get even more impressive when we get to 5 and 6. But yeah, the fact that this is all on the same system is... It's always weird to me looking at that, because the NES... Well, yeah, the NES, the SNES, the PS1, the PS2, and arguably the PS3, every single one of those, the gaps between when you started off on the console versus the later games on the console is just huge. And, you know, in the PS2 era, we had GTA 3 versus GTA San Andreas. In the PS1 era, we had Final Fantasy 7 versus Final Fantasy 9, you know? On the SNES, compare and contrast Final Fantasy 4 with Final Fantasy 6, and so forth and so on. Like, I could use a lot of examples, but those are just the ones that come to my mind immediately. I'm gonna go ahead and go for this, because I'm stupid. And you know what? No, I've changed my mind. I'm not that stupid after all. You thought I was stupid, but it was me! A dumb meme! Or, I mean, sorry. I'm sure it's a very good meme. About stealing a woman's kiss. Yeah, Mario 1 versus Mario 3 is another great example of that, absolutely. Or hell, Mario World versus Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Island, if we ever review that game, is just going to get pluses for being a technical marvel. The stuff they did with Yoshi's Island was mind-blowing for the SNES. And in general. Now that I'm going to get. I think it got like 2, maybe 3. Let's have a look up how many negatives did Mega Man X1 get, because it was not very many. Ah, dang it. So there's that slowdown in action. You just saw it right there. Don't ask me how these things work. This makes no sense. Hey, Valerian? Hello? Okay, fine. Anyways, hi, Valerian. It sounds like that's a good thing. Oh, yeah, that's that slowdown right there. Look at that. Oh, that's why I usually that's why I've been playing these with that toggle on. Just holy crap. I actually don't know, Ross. I really don't. Nah. So, this guy is extremely RNG. Because he can just... He has the exact same problem that Wheel Gator has. It's pretty much... Yeah, he can drill down, and he's invincible while he's doing it. Wow, my timing was way off on that. And then he could jump up, and then he could jump down, and he's just... The Ninja Gaiden problem is when enemies respawn the moment they're off the screen, and it's bad for the gameplay. Gotta have that extra addendum. Because the Ninja Gaiden problem was in 1, 2, and 3, but it was never actually bad for the game. It was just something that was there. Wow, that timing is way different than I remember it. Jeez, that's much slower than I remember. My goodness. But yeah, I've actually done challenge runs of this guy, which involve trying to get through the stages as fast as possible. It's part of the collection. That's a good question. I don't know. Interesting. What? Did you see how the dive missile just, like, dodged around him? Yeah, no kidding, She-Holly. Yeah, Drill Man kinda sucks. He can just go invuln for long periods of time. He hits harder than anything else. And, that's kinda it. That's all there is to him. The only good news is I have his weakness, which is going to speed this up tremendously. Doing this Buster only, which I have done, is a bit of a slog. Come on. Hey, DeQuack. So yeah, I'm not giving a positive for Drill Man. Yeah, there's 0 tells when he's going to come up. You just have to time it in your head. And he's just got nice long invuln sections. He hits like a truck, and all he does is jump up, shoot you, and then jump back down. And that's it. That's his boss. Not super impressive. Oh, excuse me. But I did like his stage. What's this? The Rush Jet? Yes, yes, yes! Just in time to... What are we doing next? Skull! To use it on a level that doesn't need it. Correct, says Zedslayer. Excuse me. Let me just stutter for a bit here. So let's show off how much the jet sucks. So first of all, this is... You cannot... I actually already talked about this. You can't go up and down. All you can do is kind of go left to right, and you can kind of sort of aim yourself up and down as you're going left to right. Whether that's neat or not is up to you, but... Yeah. Oh yeah, you can also glitch through that area right there, lest I forget to mention that. Oh yes, bones! The bones, no. Oh, okay, I was gonna say, come on! Yes, just a little bit too late for Spooky Month, but that's okay. What's really funny is Skullman is very popular in most Mega Man fandoms I've seen. Which I find funny because the boss himself is really kind of basic. He's a shield boss, and most shield bosses don't have much to them. He's got a shield, and he runs into you. That's kind of it. We'll show it off when we get there. Yeah, we gotta have Skeleton Joes. I know, right, Vandalia? I mean, we wouldn't have earned it then if we didn't kill bosses before we upgraded our dog with something that's nothing to do with the boss. You can also Ninja Gaiden despawn enemies if you're good at it. Which I'm not, of course. I can't believe I dodged that. Oh, sorry, Eddie. Thanks, Eddie. Appreciate it. Yeah, I would agree. Woodman was alright. Is this where I think I am? Trying to remember. Yeah, just look at the difference in the detail in the background there. Like, just the implication that we're out in the mountains, because you could see vague bits of mountain kind of covered by the sky in the distance. That's just kind of awesome, you know? I hate to keep gushing about the graphics in this game, but it's not my fault that they're so awesome. Okay? Yeah, when we get to 6, whew. I'll take that. Eddie's like, listen, you look like you need this. Here, have this one up. Thanks, Eddie. You're gonna die, man, but I got you back. Thanks, Eddie. Oh yeah, 6's backgrounds are legit. Anybody who's been watching this Trek Rewrite knows that I have that opinion, because I've been using 6 and 5's backgrounds a lot for the backgrounds in my areas, because they're just really good. Could you not be there? Thanks. Thanks, appreciate it. I don't feel like dying to a stupid jump, so we're just gonna nope out of that jump. I have died to that jump before, and I saw that, and I just had it clenched. I was like, you know, I don't feel like having a repeat of that. So what's Drillman's weapon do? Cool. Not much to it. What's Dustman's weapons do? Dustman's weapon is weirdly useful. No, I forget who Dr. McCoy is, but we actually have already selected most of the character sprites at this point. And by we, I mean I, because I'm the one doing that. Yeah, Ent is going to be NES, and it's specifically going to be Final Fantasy 4 and 5 for TOS, which I know sounds like a really specific thing, but the whole point, and also 1 and 2. But the whole point is that those games have a very particular look to them, and it looks higher bit than 8-bit, but it doesn't really look like a full 16-bit thing, so that's going to be our in-between. Then TNG is going to be Fire Emblem, and DS9 is going to be probably Final Fantasy Tactics, and then Voyager is going to be Mega Man in the X variety of the PS1 games. Yeah, exactly, Zetzler. You get what I'm going at. So we're going to go and use his weakness. See, he doesn't do much with his shield. He just puts up his shield and he says, "I'm here," and then he dies. As he should be. Skullman stage, though, definitely gets a plus. I have Zedslayer, but it's been a long time since I played the Genesis Mega Man. And I've only played through them once. So, you know, it's been a minute. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's not actually debatable anymore. We've codified that negative. Boop. There we go. Hmm. Hmm. So yeah, Ringman, the hardest boss in the game. Well, that's not true. The hardest 8 boss of the 8 bosses in the game last. I don't even remember what he's weak to, but whatever he's weak to, we have it. I mostly remember Ringman from a Buster-only perspective, which is pretty mean. So, what's the name of the Rockman 4 fan remake? Some of you probably know it. Pharaoh, that's right. So, forgive me for gushing for a second, but this is actually really great tutorialization and level design. First of all, we've got this nice sky opener, that's cool. But we beam in on this, and it automatically falls out. So even if you're playing a Mega Man game for the first time, and you're not sure what a platformer is, you still get used to this, you immediately get the idea those things go away over time. But then they come back. And so you get the idea of how the rainbow bridges work, Mario Kart joke, very, very efficiently in the intro, and there's no way to avoid it. That's great tutorialization right there. You also have an enemy over here, which I killed immediately. I shouldn't have. But if you pay attention, his shots have a hard time hitting you down here. So you're actually safe from him initially, even if it looks like you're not. Then they're like, okay, we've given you the idea. Notice once again we start off in a safe spot. This is some of the same great level design that went into Cutman stage. And it's like, alright, now let's escalate it. And this is something that Mega Man 4 does really well, is escalation and its themes. Because now we gotta deal with all sorts of nonsense. But, because these things gradually go away, instead of plummeting like those damn blocks in Bubble Man stage, no, I'm not letting that go. Or even the things in Shadow Man's remake stage, you feel like there's a bit of a... Whoops. There's a bit of a recovery mechanic. You don't just plummet to your death instantly, you have a chance to recover from it. But I have no idea why rings. I'm the wrong person to ask that. Oh my god. It's the most terrifying enemy of all time! A hippo! I mean, we all know the hippos are actually terrifying, and anybody knows that, but, you know, it's just... This is actually probably one of the better mini-bosses in the game. I mean, the whales were cool, but this is legit. By the way, there's one thing Mega Man 5 and 6 will also do well is mini-bosses. But we'll talk about those when I get there. Hopefully tomorrow. I hope to beat this game today. Because I would like to say that I'm decent at Mega Man games. Passably acceptable at Mega Man games. So now, we have a slightly variant penalty for failure. If we fall down, we've got the spiny guys. The return of the spike dudes. Who are causing us issues. I'm going to go and go for that. I could use the health right now. And we're going to do this. Yeah, hippos are mean. I learned that as a kid, and when I got older, I decided to look it up to verify if it was one of those random facts that, you know, aren't actually true. No, hippos really are are really actually legitimately mean. And yeah, we hadn't actually gotten to the base plate yet, the checkpoint yet. So what happened there, here, I'll actually demonstrate right here and we're safe. So, if you go just a little bit too far, yeah, you see like that? That actually triggers the rainbow bridge, even though I'm actually standing on the platform. So I triggered it early and had already committed to the jump, and so I didn't make it. Weird song, too. Not that I just like it, it's just, it's a very upbeat kind of a song, which is funny because in the future we'd start having the regular trend of the silly robot masters, for lack of a better way to put it. Like Mega Man 7 has Spring Man, and Mega Man 8 has Clown Man. Mega Man 11 has Bounce Man, who's awesome, by the way. There's that slowdown again. Ooh. Maybe Ringman was supposed to be that? I don't know. I got nothing. I mean, he's obviously Interstellar themed, which is a semi-common Robot Master theme, and we've got Starman, and we've got, like, I guess that's it. I'm sure there's others, I just can't think of any right now. Yeah. Ooh. There we go. What? What? I'm actually confused by that one. Whatever. Oh yeah, Galaxy Man, yep, in 10, I think that was. Favorite Robot Master per game? Ooh, okay, so in 1, it's Elect Man, by far. In 2, Quick Man. Very fun fight, and he's just awesome, and I also have a complete headcanon about him, which totally doesn't count, but it's still an awesome headcanon, so I'm sticking by it. In 3, let me think about 3 for a second. Oh, wow, it's there. That's actually funny. I figured Ringman was competent just because he didn't have any quirks built into him. I will never stop referencing Bob and George. Never! I'm still torn on 3. Give me a minute, give me a minute. Let me scratch my nose while I fight a giant hippo determined to kill me. With lag and slowdown. Oh my god! So, something I did a while ago, Zed Slayer, is for several of my webcomics, once I realized webcomics were... it was possible to permanently lose them, I started keeping local copies of them. So I actually have all of Bob and George on my computer, if I ever feel like rereading it, which I have periodically. Among many other webcomics. About, I want to say, a year ago? 2 years ago? Something like that. I was proven right in that suspicion, too. Because some of those websites, for some of the older comics I used to enjoy, are no longer there. So, mini-boss number 2! Mini-boss number 3! Oh yeah, there were some really great Sprite comics back in the day. And today. Although I don't think anything I read right now is a Sprite comic. I'd have to think about it. I think it's all hand-drawn nowadays. Yeah, I wish I could present the rewrites in a manner that doesn't involve using sprites, but, you know, I can't. There are actually other options. They're just kind of, you know, arguably worse options. You know what I mean? Did actually need that. Thank you, Eddie. What's really funny, Zed Slayer, is one of the... So there's a lot of things that go into deciding who is which sprite when it comes to the rewrites. And I put a huge amount of thought into it, right? So now we've got the reverse, by the way. But yeah, one of the biggest things I run into is I want to make sure to use characters that not only look like they could kind of be their character, but if you know who that character is, it kind of makes sense. Like, I want people who recognize the sprites to be like, oh yeah, no, that's totally Archer or whatever. Ugh, there we go. And then up, and then we're gonna fail on that. And then we're gonna go again, and we're just gonna nope out of this whole section, because I've got an itch on my nose, and that's not a time to be doing that section. Just gonna nope on out of here. Yeah, what Reloaded is doing is actually legitimately risky, and something I said absolutely no to immediately. Like, it was one of the first things I considered and then just immediately rejected. And when he was like, I'm just going to use, you know, shots of the show, I'm like, are you sure? I actually talked him down to using stills of the show for the most part, instead of regularly using shots. Because the original take he had full footage for every scene. I was like, I didn't think it looked good, but I also thought it was risky. So I was like, maybe I want to walk that one back a bit. Anyways, there are kind of sprited Star Trek games, but they're kind of not great, and they only have a very limited selection of characters. There's like one on the SNES for Deep Space Nine, one on the SNES for TNG, which doesn't really show the characters, and one on the NES for TOS, which barely does anything. Oh, thank you, Miss. Alright, so Pharaoh. Let's just not mess around with Ringman any. I'm here to kill Mega Man. And I'm all out of Mega. Wait. Ugh, and I'm super dead. The Game Boy game doesn't even count. I was actually referring to... oh, that's true. There's also the Adventures game. Sorry. The Adventures games have really, really limited sprite sets. His weakness is this giant flaming orb I have over my head. Problem is, he hits like a truck, and he hits very fast. I'm gonna have to actually blow a thing on this one. I should have done it there, but I thought I had it. Or I could do the whole stage over again. That's cool. I'll do that instead. That sounds really horrible, Valerian, but honestly, that just tracks with my experience with Choose Your Own Adventures. No, seriously, you remember that, right? Choose Your Own Adventures was weirdly dark. Dark's the wrong word. Like, just grotesque, I think is the word I want to use. Like, they would go into detail about the game over sections, or the failed endings in Choose Your Own Adventures. I remember several of those and just being like, what the hell? Oh my god! Yeah, the one guy shouts out and you decide to look up. He immediately pulls out his gun and shoots you. Parts of what's left of your head splatter across the far wall as your sister looks at you horrified at what used to be her brother's head. I'm just sitting there like, what? That's an actual example, by the way. I had to think about that for a second. But that is an actual example of an actual Choose Your Own Adventure, which was just... what? Maybe Nexus of Cordy. I don't know. And if we're being honest, even the Mega Man Choose Your Own... Mega Man. Mario Choose Your Own Adventures had the same thing. Like, I actually showed that off when I was reading one of them on camera. There was this bit where you get eaten, where you're like, alright, we're gonna jump into this type Geronimo! And we jump down and get eaten alive by a piranha plant. Like, what the crap? Then again, I'll admit, ever since I was a very young kid, being eaten alive has always been one of those things I just can't quite deal with, you know? Anybody else feel that way? I'm actually curious. You know, I see the Rancor in Return of the Jedi, and I see it just consume the Gamorrean, and I'm like, oh my god, what does that feel like? At what point do you officially lose consciousness in that process? And it's just, oh god, that's awful. Do you suffocate before you melt? Ugh. And I'm gonna stop talking about that, because that's just, that's too much. I can't deal with it right now. Ugh. Yeah, okay. Made myself grossed out a little bit there. We're gonna stop thinking about that. No! Oh yeah, then there's the Sarlacc, which I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't think even belongs in Star Wars, thematically, because of how eldritch that thing is. Just, ugh. Cute little trick there, by the way. Oh yeah, so what do we think of this stage, by the way? X. I always knew this time would come. Sorry. Maybe? I mean, I'm seeing it next Sunday, so I'm gonna have to wait a week to talk about it, so that'll be fun. Let's just burn this now. Exactly, Pillars of Snow. That's exactly right. What's really frustrating to me about Ring Man is he hits like an absolute truck. And he has such a simple pattern, but I always have the hardest time dodging him. I do consider him the hardest boss in the game, and I stand by that. Oh no, absolutely I would rather see it progress. Like, I would be interested in seeing a game in which we find out how X was made, and why, and how it relates to rock, and proto, that is to say blues. Bass, whose name is Bass, or Bass, if you prefer. So I'm totally down with giving that, hang on, let me do this, just to make sure we don't lose that progress, there we go. I'm totally down with giving a positive to that stage. It's a good stage. I'm not sure what I think of Ring Man. He's mean. He's probably the, I've said it before, he's probably the hardest boss in the game. What are we thinking? You can say Bass all you want. I'm never going to call him Bass. Sorry. Her name is Eris, damn it. Which version do you have, Valerian? Because that actually changes the answer, believe it or not. Now it's time for Dr. Cossack. I mean, he is very mean, Blue Wolf Alex. He hits... Honestly, I think he hits too hard, I think is the problem with him. So I'm kind of... Hang on. So we need to decide what we're deciding about Ring Man. Because Ring Man's mean. When we get to the refights, I'm going to try to do Ring Man first, because I just want that over with. Because he's the one who's just, hi! Even if you have his weakness, which you'll notice we did. And he's relatively simple. He walks towards you, he flings, jumps, flings, and his rings return back to him. But again, he hits so hard. And the angles and arcs for dodging him are a little bit... Ugh. Now, we need to decide how we decide what we're deciding. So, Eric, what would you like for dinner? Sorry. I'm having sushi for dinner because I got my living room fixed, hopefully. I've heard that quote many times, Dr. Winter. I prefer GIF, but I say GIF or GIF. I don't actually care. You know, I'm not a militant about it. And yeah, there's also the fact that his attacks can hit you on the rebound, which is just, ooh, it's mean. Man, I'd rather have some lamb korma. Although I don't actually like korma in general. So Ice Frost says we should give a negative for Ringman, which I give a positive for, and a positive for Ringman, we're debating a negative for. What do y'all think? For real. We kind of can't progress until we decide this. To the deadly Cossack stages. So Blue Wolf Alex obviously wants a negative. Ice Frost wants a positive. What are we thinking? Help me out here. Oh my god, Grandma. I will admit there's probably a really, really simple way to just avoid all his attacks, and I've just never practiced it enough. You know, so I literally don't know the pattern. I do think he hits a little bit too hard. My opinion. I'm sorry. While I was waiting for people to type, I was looking at my comments on the latest Mega Man 3 rumination, and someone said, well, it took years, but the lore runner finally jumped the shark. Ringman Buster only is mean. Like, actually quite mean. But yeah, I agree he's not Yellow Devil level, but we give the Yellow Devil 2 negatives, so... Ringman, that's actually a good question. Hang on. So we've got a save state. We can poke at this a little bit. We might have enough rewind to go check it out. Wish we could speed this up a little bit, but, you know, whatever. I'm not going to spoil it. You're going to have to watch the Mega Man 3 Rumination to figure out the Jump into Shark reference. We might not have enough rewind time to get back to the boss fight. Hang on, we're not even back to the boss yet. Almost there. Stay on target. Stay on target. He's almost alive. He's almost alive. Oh, God. It's going to be close. Okay, we made it. He's alive. Okay, let's see how far back we can go. Okay, so let's switch to the Buster. Ah! Okay, hang on. Oh, God, that's a lot of damage. Hang on, I want to see something. That's how much collision damage does, right there. Do you see that? That's about a fourth to a third of our health from collision damage. Let's see how much he does with the shot. A little bit less, about half of that. But that is an insane amount of collision damage. Jesus Christ. That is nutso. Just to test it, since I've already got the save state after the boss. Because I already beat the boss. So this is, I forget who said its point. His pattern is actually pretty simple, if a bit slow. And very penalizing because, again, he hits like a truck. But that's him Buster only. Yeah, I always thought the idea... I mean, Mega Man likes to introduce a character and then just throw them out the window. It's weird. It's like, there's Cossack, and he invented Beat, and he's gone. Here's Dr. Doppler, he's gone. Here's Iris, well, we killed her, so I guess that makes sense. I'll agree with the no negative. Yes, I did, Valerian. We'll see if it's true or not. This is a massive grain of salt kind of situation. So Cossack's castle, which of course looks super Cossackian, I believe is the official term for that. Fourth favorite song in the game. So, snow effects. Does exactly what it sounds like. As usual, the Russians' greatest defense is the winter. Yeah, I've thought before about maybe allowing Mega Man Soccer onto the list, but in all sincerity, if someone donated for it, I might actually just straight up say no. There's not a lot of value in analyzing Mega Man Soccer. It's just boring. It's not even a bad game. It's just boring. Yeah, go for it, Epic Deku. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking permission, I mean. So, by the way, really weird ice physics here. So, it's normal ice physics, right? But the thing is, unlike most ice physics, there's a lead up and a lead down. So if you don't understand what I mean by that, most ice physics just have you move normally, but then you keep sliding. Here, it takes you a while to get going, and then you slide. That's addition to the snow physics, which we've already showcased. By the way, notice how we're probably going to get that visual continuity plus again, like Mega Man 2 got, now that we're back out of that nonsense. Yep, I knew that was coming because one of the challenges goes through this area and it sucks. This screen sucks. Just saying. Doing this screen quickly sucks is probably a better way to phrase that. Oh yeah, we should show off all the weapons now that we have them all. What haven't we showed up? So ring is exactly what you'd think it is. I believe you can only bounce it twice. Like that. Like I just did. Hang on. Yeah, no. Still cool. Skull shield is exactly what it sounds like, but you can move while having it. So that's neat. Stays up for a while, too. And we've already shown off everything else, I think. So, yeah, that's all the weapons. Pretty decent weapons. Let's think about this. So we've got something that hits the screen, something that is a missile, which is explosive right in front of us. That's the crash bomb equivalent. We've got something that temporarily freezes. Just kind of froze there. A week later, Dr. Winter. And actually, yeah, halves. That's there. I had to think about that for a second. Wait, maybe not. The one I've seen was 8-bit. Oh, no, it is 8-bit. I'm sorry. I thought you said... I totally misread you. That's there. I thought you said Mega Man 8 Deathmatch mod. I'm like, what? So... The temporary freeze, which is good design. Toad Match, which is the screen clear. Big Shot. Charge Shot, which also can hit above us, so that adds some verticality. Ring, which we can bounce around. Dust, which actually gives us a little bit of AoE attack. Dive, which is the homing missile. Skull, which is a movable shield. These are pretty good weapons. I'm leaning towards a positive for weapons in this one. We also have the coil, the marine, the jet, the wire, the balloon. Now, the wire and the balloon are optional, but as we all know, that doesn't matter. So, that's also kit. So I'm thinking weapon positive, kit positive. Now, what we have to decide someday, and this is something we have to decide someday, is which Mega Man games get more than one positive for weapons. So far, only one game we've reviewed has gotten 2 positives for weapons. That's X1. Now, I'm not sure anything's going to surpass X1, because X1 had extremely excellent weapon design. But nevertheless, at some point we're going to have to decide if there's something that deserves a second positive for weapons. Nine? I don't remember nines. I'm very unfamiliar with 9. I've only played 9 and 10 once, and I did that on stream, and that was when they came out, so it's a long time ago at this point. Well, it's very simple, Trihexia. First of all, they turned to the writer and they say, hey, could you give me more troops for this cutscene? And the writer's like, I got your back. And there it is. It happens. That's a good point, Dr. Winter. You're absolutely right. I didn't even think about that. Usually, I just lean on Buster only. You've seen that. I tend to just lean on Buster only as, like, my default playstyle. There are very few games where I drift away from that. X1 is one of them. X2 is one of them. 2 is one of them. And 4 is one of them. And we'll see that again in the future. So it's going to come up again in the future. So we've got animation, spray work. I'm just going to give the second plus. I think I'm going to commit to that. I'm going to give the second plus for the general graphics. It's just high quality. And I'm establishing a precedent, and I'm doing it on purpose. And I don't even care. Okay, so... So let's update the HUD to make sure we're all up to date on everything. That's true. Pillars of Snow. You're absolutely right. I do prefer Saber only, and that's legit. And Adobe. Damn it, Adobe. Okay. Back to the game. Where's my controller? There you are. Let's do this. Cossack 1. Let's not screw around. Let's just get out of here. And now it's snowing, which is awesome, by the way. Awesome looking, I mean. I'm sure Rock isn't super happy about this. So this is a fun little thing to deal with. There's a couple ways around this, but, you're like, well, let's just go up. Well, this is what happens if you do that. Speaking of which, yeah, it does. I'm telling you, the graphics. But yeah, these two screens kinda suck. Nope. Wrong timing on that. Oh, geez. Yep, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, so, hey, let's take 2. Whoop. This is why these ice physics aren't bad, by the way, in addition to just kind of adding to it. There's also the issue with... Most ice physics make the game worse because they don't really add anything to the game other than, oh, haha, screw you. And here, there are still ways to control your momentum and control your jump in order to bypass those issues. So we're going to do the old-fashioned method of getting past this section. This screen, in all sincerity, is much harder to do than it probably looks. It is pretty mean, in all sincerity. In all honesty, probably just months, Trihexia. I mean, given the nature of Tiberium and how fast it goes, oof. I don't know what this is. I don't even know what it's weak to. Does anyone know what this thing's weak to? Very small hitbox, excuse me. Now, this is a fun boss. because this is the first, to my knowledge, example of a soft enraged enemy in the entire Mega Man franchise. If you take too long, it will destroy the terrain, and you will no longer have maneuvering room, and you will die. Nope. That's okay. I didn't want to burn an E-tank. I also kind of thought I'd start back at the boss, but that's whatever. Well, in that case, let's just nope out all of this nonsense. Bye! It's nice knowing you, bye! I got stuff to do, bye! Yeah, I didn't know there was no checkpoint there either. I'm actually not sure I've ever died on that boss before. It's weird. Just shows how pathetic and terrible I really am. But yeah, I figured if I want to burn an E-tank or a, a life, E-tanks are a little harder to come by, Lives refill. Or don't, that's cool too. Take two. All that time, and Zed Slayer still hasn't told me what he's weak to. It's weak to? They're weak to? Oh, whatever. Oh, bomb jumping. Yeah. Yeah, that's... Bomb jumping! Okay, that is super not... Okay, I'm gonna have to burn an E-tank, because I don't want to do that again. I mean, I guess I could save the game, and then exit the game, and then check the database. It's a weird extra step, but it is valid. Okay, where we got? There we go. Weak to Ring! A giant robot used in cold regions. Its amazing destructive power can open up holes in the ground. Beat it quickly with a weapon that plays on its weakness before it gets that chance. Mothrea is the name of this thing. Whoa, hello. But yeah, soft enrage mechanic. Cool. I'm with it. A little hard to hit with this thing. Jesus, that's just like right above where that would hit. Look at that! No! No! There. Which is funny, because we've called bomb jumping, we as in me and my friends have called bomb jumping since before I've had a show. Cossack 2. Staircase Hell. Staircase to Hell? Staircase from Hell. Oh yeah, by the way, sorry, epilepsy warning for all of the bosses in this game. That's just how it is. There's not a lot I can do about it. So, epilepsy warnings. Staircase in Hell. There we go. Yeah, it's probably worth getting, because Ring is really useful for a lot of stuff. It's a great catch-all weapon. So you have the rush jet, right? Right? Because if you don't... oh, shoot. I can't believe I missed that. It's okay, we got the second one. If we die, we've got the first one. So this is fun. Yeah, this room can go to hell. Now, thankfully, those aren't insta-kill spikes, but it's yeah, okay. Now we gotta do it again, except if we fall, we've got much worse problems. This is kind of a variant on Yoku blocks, if you're paying attention. And yes, there's a spiny down there, because screw us. They're just offset enough to say, we just hate our players personally. That's what this is. Yeah, I actually wasn't 100% sure if they were insta-kill spikes or not at first. That's why I was hesitating on that. There we go. Nope, been right out of that. Hey, look! Anyone recognize this screen? I'm actually curious. Really curious. Sorry, let me get an actual weapon going. There we go. Anybody recognize it? Anybody? Anybody? Oops, wrong thing. God dang it. Anybody who says yes is making me happy. I just want you to know that. Yes, this is the generic, this is the background I use for all of the Vulcan buildings, the Vulcan Embassy and the Vulcan High Command in the Star Trek rewrite. It's actually variants on this room. I do a couple of things to try and change it up a little bit, but yeah, that's that room. We're gonna be seeing a few of these as we go through. I'm just curious how many people recognize them. Yeah, like right here is a screen I've used several times, for example. I tend to go with areas that have earthy tones or kind of reddish tones when I'm trying to showcase the Vulcans. I know you're thinking, this is all green, but, I mean, look at the background. That actually surprised me. Ah, screw it. I don't need that E-Tank. I'm tough. I'm just gonna die horribly. I don't need that life either. Hang on. What's this guy weak to? Dust! Oh, yep, nope, that checks. So this can be a little bit of a random fight, too. I remember this boss. Hang on, I'm an idiot. So, yeah, we need to rate some stages that we've just been through. I actually like Cossack 1 quite a bit. I think it does some smart things with its overall design, and I think it does some really fun jumps. So I'm willing to give a plus to Cossack 1. I'm not sure if the Mothra boss is worth a positive. It's kind of simple, and the only really unique thing about it is its soft and rage mechanic, which honestly is probably why it does nothing else. Cossack 2 is also quite good. This stage would probably suck if those were instant kill spikes, but instead they've got a nice little offset, and it shows you where you're going, and it's good escalation, blah, blah, blah. So I'm probably going to give a positive to Cossack 2 as well. Well, you see, Mr. Red, I can't, I don't have anything. A shark lunged at me. That's your answer. I honestly don't remember the Wily stages nearly as well. Oh, by the way, spoiler, Wily's in this game. I don't remember the Wily stages nearly as well as I remember the Cossack stages. So 2 pluses, 1 for Cossack 1, and 1 for Cossack 2. Okay. This is a very creative boss, at least in terms of tech. Honestly, no. I legitimately did not expect Wily to be in this game the first time I played it. And and it's not like I had anything to spoil it for me, so I was legitimately surprised when it happened. Nowadays, it's not as much of a spoiler because all the Mega Man games have Wily in them, but yeah. The physics here can be a little wonky. Oh wow, I'm actually surprised by that. Okay, I had a life. Still no checkpoints at the boss, that's weird. Yeah, I'm probably going to give this boss a positive, honestly, because it's very creative and fun and cool and interesting. But the lack of checkpoints is probably going to get a negative. This is weird. This also means we need to do this section again. Or not this section, sorry. The section after this. Although I should actually get this while I'm here. Let's refill the balloon. Just debating that E-tank again. Like, it's not even terrible, it's just weird and consistent. That's a shame. Alright, whatever. Let's just go ahead and commit to that. Pause. Negative to checkpointing. Yep. Okay. What's this thing's name again? Square Machine. A shutter machine made to protect key locations, such as the giant mother computer. I'm probably giving this boss a positive, though. It's once again an example of simple but good. It's also probably one of the more interesting examples of how to make a boss which is designed around the slide. Something Mega Man 3 didn't quite manage to the same extent. Listen, he controls the whole computer, okay? There's only so much I can do about that. Nose itch. Is this slow enough? Yep, it is. Or, oh jeez. I actually want to use this sprite for something in the Trek Route. I haven't decided what yet. There's a couple of computery kind of things I could use this for, like Landru or whatever. I haven't decided. I'm going to do this for safety because I don't want to die again. I also have 0 lives, which I just noticed. No, I know exactly what the Borg are. The Borg are going to be the same no matter which era they show up in, just to add some consistency to them, so they will always look the same. In fact, if you've been paying very careful attention, I've already shown off the Borg, but I wouldn't blame you if you didn't see that. I put a lot of tiny little details into those videos. Okay, so Square Machine puts out Final Fantasy videos. By the way, I hate to, once again reiterate this point, but Mega Man 4 is yet another example of where you can see the polish on display. The mere fact that that boss exists is an example of polish. Yeah, we only have, like, what, 4, Traven? This is my favorite song of the game. You can tell we're on the ramparts, by the way. There's that visual continuity in a nutshell. You can literally see we're up top now. Bad timing. Yep, okay. I accept that. Oh, man, that lag. And no, there can be no such thing as a good auto-scroller. We must give this a negative. Actually, this has been pretty legit so far, so. Yeah, up in the clouds, over the castle. I always wondered how Dr. Cossack got this giant castle. You ever wonder that? No. Then again, Mr. X has a giant castle, and so does Proto Man, so I don't know. Maybe giant castles are just a regular thing in this setting? I think the way they visually display Mega Man in the intro video that he got in Smash Brothers is pretty close to my headcanon of what Rock should be like. Deadly serious and deadly competent. Like, there was nothing cartoony about how he was portrayed, and I really like that. One of the more interesting jumps in the game right here. And that E is totally a trap, by the way. Or maybe it isn't. No, that's a trap. I don't remember how to get it, though. Oh, right. I guess we could do this. Yeah, no. Screw it. Don't care. Hang on, let's see what this boss is weak to. So this is the cockroach twin? What? Oh no, we're gonna be fighting Cossack now. Yeah. I think. No, we're not. Whatever, he's weak to drill. Got it. Yeah, okay, I remember this fight. Yep. I remember this fight. I'd forgotten about this one. Even seeing the picture didn't remind me of it. Well, that's death immediately. Death, speaking of which, I was out of lives. Oh gosh, I don't know, Mr. Red. Well, I hope you like that auto-scroller. At least we have this banging music to go with it. I don't know who actually came up with the idea, but one of the things I've always liked is the second castle idea. Pretty much from 4 onwards, because this is when they started doing it. But if you think about it, they started doing this in 3. It's just there it was the Doc Robot stages. The difference is the Doc Robot stages were remixes of existing stages, whereas this is actually, you know, here's the first castle stages, and then here's the second castle stages. And there's usually a cadence variance between the two, which is kind of cool. Usually, not always. And then they dropped that in 7, I think, is when they stopped doing that. Biggest victim. I should probably get the skull ready. Also true. We get some really good music because we usually have a couple songs for each. I think Mega Man 5 only has 1 song for the first castle and 1 song for the second castle, but, you know, it's still something. And still some pretty good tunes, so hey. Yeah, I've died on this thing right here before, More times than I'd like to admit to. Anyways. I'm sorry, Pillars of Snow. I will immediately start to hate these games. I hate everything about video games and the playing of them. It is the worstness. Video games suck. Oh, those frame drops. But yeah, classic Mega Man has been my wheelhouse for a very long time. Literally since I was a kid. Let's go ahead and pop an E-Tank. Our last E-Tank. Yeah, for some reason the life tank takes really long to load in Mega Man 4. And has a really piercing sound effect. I don't know why. By the way, Mega Man 4 is probably getting the sushi tag. And I feel pretty safe saying that now. So we're past all the hard stuff at this point. I think. Time for Cossack 4. Down. And a branch. Sushi refers to a game that just gels with you, regardless of its quality. Doesn't matter if it's good, doesn't matter if it's bad, doesn't matter if it's in between. That game is just pops. It hits you in a way that you can't describe otherwise. It has nothing to do with the review or the rating. We didn't even used to do that, and then people started asking me to put up the coffee tags and the sushi tags, so we started adding those. Coffee is the exact opposite, by the way. It's something that just doesn't work for you, regardless of the actual score of the game. No matter how good it is, it's still coffee. Yeah, the best Shin Megami Tensei game in the world will never be better than coffee for me, because it's just not my thing. It is absolutely possible, Saberpoint. I don't think it's happened yet. I'm not sure about that. I'd have to check the list, because, you know, I keep track of that stuff there. So, do you want to go left or right? Left or right, left or right. Pillars of Snow says left. Apparently Pillars of Snow likes pillars in space. Jesus. I knew that was going to happen the moment I went for that jump. Listen, Zedslayer. You gotta understand. GDI, easy answer. Traxia. They may have some idiots and some morons, but I mean, come on. The nod, you know? From God to Cain to Seth. That's all I gotta say about that. By the way, plus to Cossack 3. I was actually chewing on it for a bit, but I think Cossack 3 deserves that positive. It's very creative, it's very clever. I like the floating platforms, I like the positioning of it, and the auto-scrolling is not bad. You can't kill the Messiah, Zedslayer. That is a good question, Epic Duke. Let me think about that for a moment. Hey, Baron. Peace through power. Peace through... Which is true. Peace actually does come through power. It's just not what they meant at all. Yeah, no, I think I agree with Pillars of Snow. I think you should play through Crisis Core. Play through Crisis Core. Watch Advent Children. Play Dirge of Cerberus. In that order. Then touch the remake. I think that's the best order of events there. Dirge of Cerberus is a game I've never reviewed. I never like to say if a game is good or bad if I haven't reviewed it. However, I have no good memories of Dirge of Cerberus at a gameplay axis. I do actually like some aspects of the story. Literally 2, in fact, aspects of the story. But then you have everything else about the story. I think so, Baron. The one that Kukin came back to do, Joseph Kukin, who is awesome, by the way. Just in general. Not just as Kane, he's a great director and he does some good stuff. Don't mind me, I'm just showing off at this point. God, I love the visual designs of this game, sorry. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good stuff about the guy, too. Boss time. So this is Cossack. Now, this can actually be a very mean fight. So we're going to go ahead and get to Dust. Hey, Truck Reviewer. What do I think of Christmas music? I can think of a couple Christmas songs that I like. But they're more creepy, horrifying songs than Christmas songs. At least that's how they sound to me. Oh, that's a screw-up on my part. So he hits really hard. I'm actually going to gamble here a little bit. Okay, so we got a good pattern. We never want him to come down on us. He's basically a crusher. He doesn't instantly kill us, but he hurts like hell. I like how we defeat the Russian with garbage. I don't mean anything by that, I just think it's funny. His weakness? Garbage! Come on. Nope. Nope. Nope! There we go. Hell yeah! First try. Without an E-Tank. So this is Kalinka. Why didn't she become a character? By the way, funny little fact, Kalinka was specifically added to the franchise because the creators said, why don't we have any female characters? We've only got Roll. So they decided to add Kalinka because they wanted to add a female character, then they never did anything with her again. My father is not really evil. He just created 8 robots and decided to try to destroy the world. Wait, what? Dr. Wily took me hostage and forced my father to fight you. Please, Mega Man, don't hurt my father anymore. Plot twist. Oh, Kalinka. Mega Man, forgive me. You betrayed me, Proto Man. I'm gonna break you, Mega Man. Hang on. Gotta do this. Gotta do it properly. Oh, he's not gonna do it? What? No eyebrows? Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're good. So, this is a really dorky-looking Wily castle. I don't like this one. But, it's in this... So, okay, how many of you thought it was in the clouds instead of in the snow? I'm just wondering. I should raise my hand on that, by the way, because I was absolutely one of those people. Now, what's funny is that visual continuity thing comes in the ending. I'm going to point it out when we get there. But you actually see the castle from a distance for once, and it's like, it's so cool. So one of the things, Pillars of Snow, that I wrote in my version, by the way, anyone recognize this screen? Actually, I'm not sure if this episode's gone live yet. This screen's also in the rewrite. I'm going to be pointing those out as we go. I don't remember if that episode's gone live or not. That was, Brave New World. Or whatever. Anyways, in the, in my version of Mega Man, one of the things I decided on was I wanted to make it so that all of these castles, Wily built right at the beginning. It's like the first thing he did. He gained power, took over half the planet, and sent out, in his paranoia, sent out hundreds, oh god, that jump, hundreds and thousands of workers and all the resources they had been stealing from across the world to build all of his different castles. Just in case. I cannot believe I did that section like that. Ooh. Well, that's the whole point. Wily was his whoosh. is the best way to put that. And then down, and then up. What I really need... Let's do it this way. I mean, you know me, Bragman. You know how I design villains. Nope, the Yoku blocks return. I'm pronouncing them correctly this time. And yeah, we have a, by the way, so we have a Met-themed level. If it isn't really obvious by now. Which I think is just kind of neat. You know, there's not much to it. It's just Mets. It's a nice little theme. Oh, abso-frickin-lutely, Baron. But what could be the boss of the Met level? No. No! It's the greatest enemy of all time. It's invincible! We can't damage it! Wait, hang on. I've got an idea. Let's find out what it's weak to. Metool Daddy is apparently the name of this thing. A giant Metool that produces ordinary Metools inside its body. The requirements of that system render it relatively sluggish, though. Use the weapon that plays on its weakness and take down quickly, which is, of course, dust. Can you... Thank you. Can you move? Ah! Wasting my ammo. And my health. Whatever. Well, that sounds awful, Trihexia. To keep aware of that when we go through that. Yeah, whatever. Epilepsy warning continues to be in effect for all the bosses. I don't think I'm going to have a plus to Wily 1, but it's at least decent. It's a neat little thing. Time for Wily 2. Oh, sorry, this is my second favorite song in the game, by the way. So this jump is funny. They give you a chance to kind of see it coming so you know what's happening, and then... Okay, spikes, spikes. Don't mind me, spikes. Spikes! Oh, this is the spike stage, by the way. It's dedicated to green dragons everywhere. Okay, left or right? Eddie? Eddie, buddy? Oh, thanks. Left or right? And while you decide, thank you, Baron, very much. Always. I'll put that towards whatever you put it towards. We'll find out in mere moments. We're putting it towards the other Mega Man game, also known as Kirby. Right it is. Oh god, why did you make me go right? Actually, left was a trap if you're paying attention there. Now, you remember how Mega Man X5 in many ways felt like it was kind of a culmination of the X series. I've never found any evidence to really confirm this other than just my own analysis, but one of the things I've noticed about Mega Man 4 is in many ways it feels like the same thing. Like they were really trying to just kind of cap off the series of Mega Man to date. Now, obviously they kept going, but it's worth noting that plans for X1 had begun even at this point. Pretty much when they were making Mega Man 5, they were already thinking about Mega Man X1. Left to right. Sorry, Rush. Sorry. Right again. Okay, I'm with that. Because we've already reviewed Shovel Knight. Although I guess we do have the 100% coming. But that's going to be kind of a chill stream. Let's just be honest with ourselves about that. Heh. Let's see what he's weak to. Taco Trash, a large garbage processing robot. Dr. Wily modified it and powered it up. Ride the elevator platform skillfully and attack it with, of course, Ring. We kind of mentioned this earlier, but yeah, Ring kind of is useful on a lot of these. Even the ones we haven't been using it on. You can do some decent stuff with Ring. Robots, Baron. And I know that sounds like duh, but no, I mean that. Light could make one supremely invincible, incredible robot. Wily can make thousands of very good robots. Wait, was I on the wrong song? Or is this the second best song in the game? We'll hear in a second. I was wrong. This is my second favorite song in the game. Sorry. I screwed it up earlier. I'm a dummy. Of course, we gotta have the refights. As we've already said, it's pretty obvious why these became a thing. Whoa. Yeah, it's worth noting, it's not like Dr. Wily creates junk. He just creates multiple specialists. Whereas Light creates someone who is good at everything. He can make rock, and he can make X, and I really feel like that says all it needs to. Yeah, no, this is my second favorite song in the game. Okay. This has also shown up in the trickery, right? I tend to use the teleport screens for transporter pads. So, let's just go ahead and qualify that negative. I've always had the weird thought that Dr. Light wanted to have kids and couldn't for whatever reason. So he had a child. Whoops. Well, okay. By the way, I'm just going to give a bit of a noise warning, because we're going to be hearing that a lot in short succession here. Ow. Yeah, exactly, said Slayer. He made a child who was broken. That's blues, obviously. I was hoping for ring. Yeah, I've always wondered how much work of Bass was based on Proto and the others. So, this is his weakness. Ah! There's ring. That's what I was waiting for. That's the one I wanted. Damn it, flew too early there. He really just hit way too hard. That. Okay, I'll take that. Okay. This is a really bad position to be in. Like I said, bit of a noise warning for this whole section. Sorry. Not a lot I can do about it. Hello, Allison. Oh my gosh. Ham. We got the 3 irritating ones out of the way. Oh, hey, Sir Williamstone. I do remember that name. What's your weakness? Drill, I think? No. Skull, dive. Ring. Who's weak to ring? Is he weak to ring? Are you weak to ring? No, you're weak to dust. That's right, you're weak to dust. Yeah, I accept that. Why does Skullman do collision damage? Okay, fair, blew up Alex. And he is Skull Man, so okay, yeah, no. I feel you on that. Alright. We've got some validity. I don't remember what he's weak to. Right, ring. That's this. Yeah. Thankfully, I can't get stuck. No! Okay, that sucks. I needed that health. So I was kind of saving Toad for later to refill on. Really could have used that health. Because Dive Man can hurt pretty badly. I don't even remember what he's... Oh, he's weak to Skull, isn't he? Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna die. We're gonna die. I accept. God damn it. Completely misread his movement there. And that just killed me. That's bad. Okay, we're okay. We're recovered. Couldn't get rid of that friggin' missile. That's game over, I think. Yep. Yeah, if we ever did a video on Mega Man DOS, it probably wouldn't score particularly well because it's garbage. But then again, it was written by one guy in his spare time for fun, so I mean, how harsh can we be about that? What I find funniest about Mega Man DOS is it was officially licensed. Now, that doesn't make it canon, but it does mean that the actual creators of Capcom said, yeah, no, this is an official Mega Man game. Just think about that for a second. Wow, he literally has the exact same animation. That's interesting. Wow. Yeah, it's surprisingly a competent game. You know, it's not broken. It's just... I don't know what else to say about it. Yeah, there are worse Mega Man games out there than Mega Man DOS. Make of that what you will. No, I don't think you can, Mr. Red. I don't even know where I get a copy of it. Okay, we need a breather fight after that. He will always dance in our hearts. What do you mean, Giant Rat Guy? No, I do, Korgoth. I haven't lately, because of coincidence, but my normal stream time is until 8 in the evening at Eastern Standard Time. Okay, we've kind of recovered. Let's go hit up Drill. That's not Drill. Okay, that... alright. I'm afraid, Miranda, Korgoth, who apparently is your husband, I'm so sorry, actually does love you. I do apologize deeply for being the one to have to give you this news. Is this? Yeah, here we go. Here's Drill, man. I always start early because I always doubt my count. It's about a count of 6, but I always start moving at about 4. Just to be sure. Just wanted to get that one last hit in, didn't you, Drill Man? Okay. Let's go to this one. Which I have no idea what it is. Find out in a second. One of these is Skull. Come on. There we go. And one of these is... Meanwhile, Pharaoh Man's like, "What are you doing?" And then he punches me. What? That was weird. Jackass. Just wanted to get a few hits in there, didn't you? He really did punch me. He actually punched me. That jackass. Okay. We're doing alright. Oh no, it's Wily Machine Mark 1! The first Wily machine to actually have the skull on it, consequently. Excuse me, Wily Machine Mark 4. I know, right, Ross? After its skull-like front cover is destroyed, its beam attacks get a boost. The beam attacks are hard to dodge, so use the weapon that plays to its weakness, which is Drill, and beat it quickly. Whoop. Yeah, the skull motif started with 2, but never really got going until 4. This is the official beginning of the skull thing. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Yeah, there we go. Take one One more hit. Okay, let's go ahead and burn an E-tank. And then there's that noise. There we go. Definitely that noise. You like that noise, right? Because... what? Drill can't... I can't even reach him with drill. Holy crap. Okay. That's interesting. What? Okay. I'm a little confused by that. And now we're almost out of ring. Sucks. I'm gonna hit Google. In fact, I'm just gonna do that right now. Let's just do that. Look that up. Mega Man 4. Fortress bosses. Wily Machine 4. Here we go. Okay. Well, let's try that out. We're out of ring. I forgot there is a use for wire. Hello? Apparently it's a little harder to aim than I thought. Jesus! Okay, that didn't work at all. That is not doing anything. What the crap? Okay. That's really confusing. I tried Pharaoh earlier. That didn't do much, but I can try it again. Yeah. Nope. Still tinking up. This is wrong. And I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong here. Turbo's off. Right there. It hasn't been on since we did it. I'm out of ring. So I can't use ring. Thank you, Permeus, as always. Much obliged. When you know, let me know. You can try Dust. Really don't want to refight the 8 fights again. And we're gonna have to. Yeah, how am I missing with drill? I'm actually really confused by that. Like, I'm legitimately confused by that. Good night, MLP Vermin. Damn it, don't do that. I wish they'd kill me a little quicker, but, you know. It's always so irritating. You gotta put effort into dying. Yeah, that's why I was so confused when I initially missed. I'm like, okay, maybe my memory's wrong. Sure, that's possible. That's a thing that happens. So then I checked the database, and it's like, yep. And it's like, okay, that's weird. And then I checked the frickin' wiki, and it's like, yeah, no, use drill. And it's like, but... Okay. Okay. We have 2 A-tanks now. I honestly wish I could farm more, but frankly, I'm already running out of time on this, so... Like, there's literally no way I'm going to be able to finish this without cutting into my sleep time at this point. See you around, Dr. Winter. So I'm just going to go with less sleep tonight to get all this done. That's okay. Sleep is for the weak. Ugh. Brain. No, it's okay. You could say I'm being boring. This is the 3rd time now I've done the refights, which is really all I feel like I need to say about that. Does he actually have a weakness? Whoop. Wasn't paying attention. Wow. Yeah, you can tell I'm just completely out of it because I just died to Toad Man. Oh, whatever, full health. This one, I guess. Admittedly, no. I also am completely out of water and have been since, like, I started. So, I am sans water right now. I mean, if I stretch break, then I'm just gonna cheat. Because at this point, this is already taking too long. And I'm right at the finish line. That's what really irritates me about this. I'm right at the end of the game, and I just keep getting stuck on the boss refights. Of all things to be stuck on. Although, I mean, let's be honest, I would have probably been done with this if I could have actually managed to hit the Wily machine, which I didn't. I'm gonna try something real quick. Okay, that's... alright. I'll have to do that then. I mean, that is factory worker syndrome in a nutshell. You're so dulled and bored to it that you don't actually do your best. You just kind of, alright, whatever. This is a terrible time to let him fall. Come on. Oh, you asshole! Fine. You want to be a dick? Fine. Or, that was really strange. Okay, whatever. There we go. Yeah. Overlord 2, you got it, Chromius. Yeah, I'm willing to cheat. I really don't want to. It would really irritate me to cheat, pretty much just because I'm running out of time. But that is why we usually cheat, so that's whatever. Yeah, Toad Man. What is he weak to? What haven't we used? Drill? kill, I guess? Yep, nope, he's weak to drill. Can confirm. Of course, to quack. But at the same time, no. But yes, but also no. That was actually an extremely lucky Drill Man fight, I'll take it. Because now we gotta do this irritation. I should start with this guy. Okay. A little worried about that. I'm not sure, Richard. I would imagine he can, but I don't know, truthfully. There's that headbutting again. I really don't want to cheat. We're going to get that save state just in case. We're going to see what happens. There's that sound warning again. Sound designed by the guy who made the Mega Man 3 soundtrack. Fresh reminder. We're just not even going to screw around with that. Oh, thank God. I mean, Mega Man doesn't want to kill him, but I sure do. After that nonsense. Okay. Ah! Why are there bugs on the underside of your castle? Don't answer that question. First time there's a final boss song in this series, so this fight can be pretty random. He also hits like a truck, because of course he does. I mean, I hope so, Pillars of Snow, but I'm not sure at this point. That was interesting. And unintentional. I should probably heal. and time. No cheats. Waggle, waggle. Self-destruct initiated. And so we get to see that from a distance, so we kind of get to see what it actually looked like. And yeah, you can see the train, and you can see the snow. It's kind of a cool little thing there. I do not, Pillars of Snow. Not only have I never played the Star Force series, I have effectively never played the Battle Network series. And of course it's in the shape of a skull, why wouldn't it be? I do kind of like the symmetry of it. We end where we began. On the train ride. Also the hair showing. I don't understand that question, Ross. Why does Data have hair? Why does the Doctor have hair? Wait. And there's the city where Mike is currently, or sorry, Little Mac is currently training up with. Yeah. And Dr. Wily's gone forever. We'll never see him again in the next every game. Eight games, not counting the X series. Could you imagine? We're just having this hair in the wind moment. All of a sudden, we're just thrown off. We will look up and there's Sabin. Hey, what's up? What? Are we cool? We're cool. So anyways, this has been Mega Man 4. As usual, they had a contest for people. They have a contest for, like, all of these. I think Mega Man 11, 10, and 9 are the only ones that didn't have contests for them. I'm not actually sure about that exactly, but I do know they had contests at least up till 8. Oh my god, Valerian, that's terrible. Yeah, it's a good mix. It's a good mix. So I'm just kind of letting the ending play out before we do the audit. Because I can't alt-tab without interrupting the ending. It's weird, but whatever. I agree, Hardball 1. But then again, I think they need to bring Mega Man back, for God's sakes. Where's our Legends 4? Where's ZX3? Okay. So let's rush through the audit. And by rush through, I mean very carefully and meticulously go through the audit, so we don't miss anything. Ugh. I thought Trombone was Legends 3. I mean, I'm ignorant. I don't know that whole franchise, as I've said several times. Oh, it's a guidance story. Okay, fine. So we need a Legends 3, apparently. We need a 4th Legends game. There, let's put it that way. Let's just lock that one in. Mega Man 4, story. So, Okay, animation, no. Atmosphere, no. Background lore, no. Banter, no. Banter, no. So much of these are no's. No, 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 no. Doodads, abso-friggin-lutely. Bunch more no's. Intro. Oh, yeah, that's a great intro. Moving on. We've got primary moments, music direction. Outro. What do you think of the ending? I think it's a little bit not as good as, say, uh, twos, but I think it's better than threes. So I could be easily talked into a positive for the outro from a narrative perspective. Amazing kind of plot, sound design, storyboarding, themes, visual continuity. Yes. Visual storytelling. Yes. That's actually it. What are we thinking? Outro. What are our thoughts? Outro is exactly what it sounds like. It is the ending section of a game. It's vague on purpose because it varies from game to game. In this case, it would be the final stage, the final boss, and the ending. So we have Dr. Wily and his little mecha thing and the darkness, but then we fight him. It's like, holy crap, and it turns out it's another one of his holographic generators. He really likes those. And then he's like, oh god, I'm so sorry. No, I'm just kidding. And he escapes. And he's burned trying to get away as the Skull Castle explodes, and then we leave on the train. And then we have the credits. And then we have some cool music. Like I said, I can be talked into a positive pretty easily here. Yeah, the only thing that irritates me about it is it's like, and Wily gets away again because this is a cartoon, apparently. And not a good cartoon. Bad cartoon. Batman lets the Joker go for no reason. Hmm. Let's do this. Let's do this. We're going to give two things an aggregate positive. Sorry, we're going to mix this up a little bit here. So the twist, the Cossack and Kalinka scene, and of course Proto Man's reveal and Wily reveal. It's actually a pretty decent moment. And then we'll have the outro, and that gives us 5 story positives. It depends on the aggregates, Ross. How big or small the aggregate is determines how big, how many of them are needed for it to become a full. And I could put no cheat flags on Mega Man 4, which makes me very happy. Gameplay. Animations. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's already a plus. Okay, sorry. I was going to say, how have I not? Audio spam. We should give a negative for that. I hate to do it, but the mere fact that someone in chat mentioned muting the game during certain sections, and I myself agree with that, it takes so long for the health bars to fill, and it's this ear-splitting noise every time it happens, and it happens every time a boss health fills, it happens every time you heal, and so it can kind of be back-to-back, especially in that second to last stage. No, there's some audio spam issues there. So, meh. Yeah, the health bar refill is just, what? I don't even know what they were talking about with that. Okay. Alternate leveling, backtracking, bestiary. Yep, gets the bestiary. Bosses. We gave several bosses a positive. I want to give... Do I want to do that or do I want to do that? I want to do that. Okay, never mind. Walking that back. We gave several boss positives. Dive Man, Pharaoh Man. And that's it. Actually. Still, some good bosses. And we gave one negative for there. No bugs, no built-in cheats, no camera choice, no cop. Controls. Oh, yeah. Very tight controls. It's the first time they've gotten the slide correct. So, yeah, no, the controls are awesome. Plus to controls. I'm pretty sure we'll be giving plus to controls for every Mega Man game with the possible exceptions of 7 and 8. And I only say that because I'm not sure off the top of my head. Core combat remains excellent. Crashes. Difficulty curve. Hmm. You know what? Yeah, let's give a difficulty curve positive. It's pretty smooth. I did. Cossack 1, 2, and 3 all got pluses next to the Concordia. Whoops. So yes, difficulty curve positive. Yes. Difficulty options don't exist. Scroll forward a little bit. The Ninja Gaiden problem. One of the few classic games the only classic game we've covered that has the Ninja Gaiden problem as a real issue. You mean other than the narrative hard-boiled one? Let's see. Enemy variety. Oh, yeah. Good enemy variety on this one. It's getting pretty close to when we will start giving 2 positives for enemy variety, and I have to decide when we tip over that line. Let's check something really quick. Let's go back to the game. Right. $43, which is a new best. And there was a lot of, again, as is important, the types of attacks the enemies do was varied too. That's up to you, Nexus of Concordia. I'd wait till the audit run, personally, but that's just me. That really was one of the first reviews we did. It was like right at the beginning, back when we started doing this whole system. I love how confident he looks there. Yeah. I think I'm not going to officially step over that line into 2 positives. I think we're probably going to hit that with Mega Man 5. We did 7 quite a bit after 11. Like almost, I think it was like 8 or 9 months after 11. Like I said, we did 11 very early on. That's part of why I wanted to do the audit. Okay, that's decided. I would agree with that, with the facial hair thing. Graphics, yeah, no, we officially got to the point. We are now giving multiple positives for the brickwork because it's starting to look really, really good. Guidance of nope, HUD, info, interface. Yes, we finally have a good interface. It's taken a bit, but we've gotten there. Intro. There is no gameplay intro. There won't be until 7. Itemization. Yep, I'm pretty sure I gave that one. Yes, I did. Kit. Weapons are good. And that's good. So yeah, definitely some good kit. Absolutely. Levels and stages. I'm just going to give all the pluses to that because we had a lot of good stages. I didn't give any pluses to any of the Wily stages, and I kind of stand by that. Yeah, no. Okay. Sorry, I was just thinking. Level scaling log, map mid-mission checkpointing is weird and bad. Moving on. Support. Every time I see that, I'm amused. Music. Did we give any music pluses? We did not give any music pluses. Holy crap. I am not doing my job properly. So it gets at least 1. Duh. And I could think of at least 3 really good songs in this, which is Cossack 2, Wily 1, and Wily 2. That's why we have the audit, Giant Rat Guy. You got to think of this through. You got to have the checklist to prompt yourself. I could easily see a second positive for music. I can absolutely see that. So 2 pluses to music, absolutely. Outro. So this is funny because I really hate the boss right fight. Yes, this is the first time we have a final boss song in the series, but I like the final boss of this one. Now, I actually dislike the refight boss, not just because of the issues we had, but because it's just there's not much to it, and it hits like a truck, and it's got a weird attack angle, which is weird. But the final boss fight is actually pretty legit in my opinion. It's I think this is actually the first um, Wily capsule, I think is the proper term for that. I can't think of it for some reason, which will become a thing going forwards, all the way at least until 8. I think that goes until 11, actually, now I'm thinking about it. And it's a fun fight, and it's getting a positive. I was going to give a positive for the boss, but ultimately that is part of the outro, so we'll just put it over there. And far more fair and interesting than the previous encounter. Pacing, let's see. No, that doesn't really apply. Bullet, yep, okay. Replayability, duh. I think this is going to beat 2, everyone. Save system, yep. Sound design. I'm actually not going to give the sound design positive. Too many ear-piecing issues with that, so no sound design positive. Terrain design, abso-frickin-lutely. In fact, yeah, we're just giving that. Scroll forward a little bit. Visual distinction, oh yeah. This is probably one of the most visually distinct Mega Man games we've covered so far. Not to the point of a second positive, because that kind of requires something else, but yeah. And that's actually it. Which means we have +5 to story, which is kind of crazy for a Mega Man game, and +30 to gameplay. Now, give me a moment, and I will get you the golden number for that. Let's see what we're up to here. I'm pretty sure this is going to smash most of the ones we've been playing so far. Let's find out. No. Any guesses? So Mega Man 2 was 40, which is a very high score. Mega Man 3 was 29, which is also a very good score. Mega Man X1 is 65. This got 57.75, which puts it at the number 2 slot so far, below X1. And what's really funny is as I sit back and think about that, I stand by that. There's really only one thing that pissed me off in the entire thing, and that was just the fact that we were running into a weird issue with the one Wily fight and had to redo the boss refights. And even that's just kind of a this is a surprisingly good game. This is not the first time I've been surprised by how well this is reviewed. And this is a game I knew very, very little about, too. So I was coming into this a little bit blind. But I stand behind that. Mega Man 4 is really surprisingly good. And definitely better than Mega Man 2. I stand behind that. I do hope you enjoyed. Tomorrow we'll be starting up Mega Man 5. I might start a little bit late because sleep and I have to get a rumination out. But at some point or another, we will start Mega Man 5 tomorrow. By memory, 5 was my favorite of the classics. I'm not sure if it's going to surpass 4 at this point. I'm really curious. And we'll find out tomorrow.